A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Now it's Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden. Most female teachers at Madison High School think of Mr. Boynton, the bashful biologist, as an extremely handsome, virile, irresistible individual. But our Miss Brooks, who teaches English there, can take him with a grain of salt.
In fact, I could take him with a whole spoonful. But why waste salt on a fellow who's too shy to toss in a little pepper now and then? Last Friday at breakfast, I foolishly provoked a discussion of the matter with my landlady. Honestly, Mrs. Davis, he's more attentive to his animals. Why, yesterday he hardly noticed me because he took his dog to school for the day. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. What can a dog learn in one measly day?
Serves me right for mentioning it. May I have some toast, please?
Oh, here you are, dear. It's like I've always said. If dogs could learn things as quickly as cats, this would be a much better world to live in.
For whom?
No, I'm serious. Take our cat Minerva. For the past week, I've been teaching her mathematics, and she's become a whiz at it.
Mathematics?
Just you wait and see. Minerva! Meow! Tell me quickly now, how much is 2 and 2? Meow! Ah, that's a good girl. Well, I'll gather up the dishes now.
Just a minute. 2 and 2 equals meow?
Certainly. There are 4 letters in meow, aren't there? That's her way of telling me that the answer is 4. 2 meows equal 8. 3 meows equal 12, and so on. Oh, it's funny, though. She isn't so hot on the odd numbers.
Look, Mrs. Davis, I started this conversational maze with the simple statement that Mr. Boynton brought his dog to school yesterday.
Well, Connie, then it's simple.
What's simple?
You should do something to show Mr. Boynton how much you love animals.
Like what?
Well, why don't you take Minerva to school with you today?
Oh, let's not be ridiculous, Mrs. Davis. I couldn't possibly take Minerva to... Well, come to think of it, Mr. Boynton is extremely fond of cats. It might make a hit at that. Do you think she'd behave herself in my classroom?
Of course she would. She can stretch out on the seat cushion I ordered for your classroom.
Seat cushion?
You mentioned how trying it is, sitting on that hard chair all day. Still, I thought I'd surprise you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, Mrs. Davis.
Don't mention it. I mailed a letter last night telling the store where to send it, along with another note to the place where I ordered Victor's gift.
Your brother Victor?
Yes. He's every bit as fond of animals as Mr. Boynton is. That's why I bought one for him yesterday.
Oh, that's nice, Mrs. Davis. What did you get him?
A cow.
A cow?
Yes. It's a female.
Those are the best kind. But why on earth would you
Victor just moved into a little farmhouse on the edge of town, Connie. It's only a 15-minute drive from here. By and by, he'll be adding more livestock, of course. But right now, with just the one cow, I figured he'd have his hands full.
He will if he plays his cards right. Well, I'd better dash off to school, Mrs. Davis. I'll have to use all my powers of persuasion to get Mr. Conklin's permission to take Minerva into class with me.
All right, dear. Just put Minerva into this valise I bought for her at the pet shop. It's a cat carrier. You might leave the lid open for her, though.
Oh, that won't be necessary. There are holes in the side through which she can breathe. In you go, Minerva. Here, I'll give you a hand.
Meow.
Oh, that's what I like about Minerva. She's so polite. Whenever you help her out, she always says 4.
You may be principal of this school, Osgood Conklin, but as long as I am head of the Board of Education, you will take orders from me. Is that clear?
Quite clear, Mr. Stone. Crystal clear. Couldn't be clearer. You are also...
Silence!
My lips are sealed.
Why, when I saw that dog running loose outside the biology lab yesterday, I was shocked beyond words. You know that animals aren't allowed on school property, Osgood. How did it get in here? Answer me.
Well, I haven't the slightest idea, sir.
Let's make certain that no dogs invade this school today. First, you will make an early inspection tour of all classrooms. Then I want you to post a guard at the front door throughout the day.
But, sir, why commission someone to do a job for which I myself am ideally suited? I'll keep a weather eye open, sir. You may be sure no animal will get past me. Come in.
Good morning, Mr. Conklin. Oh, hello, Mr. Stone.
Good morning, Miss Brooks. Are you, going somewhere?
Going some... Oh, this valise. If I may ask your permission, Mr. Conklin.
Permission for what?
Well, you'll see as soon as I open the bag. It'll just take me a minute. Excuse me, Mr. Stone.
Go right ahead. Glad you dropped in, Miss Brooks. Perhaps you can shed some light on the identity of the culprit who dared to bring an animal into this school yesterday.
An animal, Mr. Stone?
Specifically, a dog. When I saw it romping around outside the biology lab, I came in here to report the incident to Mr. Conklin. When I returned to the spot, it had vanished.
Good. Some of those spots stay on forever. I'm afraid I can't be of much help to you, Mr. Stone. You see, mine is an English class, and I'm not one of those who are, I should say, in the habit of hanging around other labs. The labs of others, I mean. So I couldn't really shed any light on the identity of which the dog belonged to who. Who?
And exactly how long have you had this English class, Miss Brooks?
You bet. Well, please forgive my faulty syntax, Mr. Stone. The thought of a beast on the premises has frazzled my nerves a bit. Well, goodbye now.
One moment. You were going to open that bag, remember?
Bag? What bag? Oh, the bag. Oh, well, you really wouldn't want to look at what's in this bag, sir. It's nothing but...
What was that?
I said I'll run along now and meow. Meow, that's a new expression some of the kids use. It's real cool, I think. Meow. Instead of saying goodbye, they say meow. Silly, isn't it? Sometimes I stretch it out with a little western drawl. Well, meow now, Mr. Stone. Meow, Mr. Conklin. Meow. Meow.
Now, that was mighty peculiar behavior. She galloped out of here like a frightened antelope.
Yes, and it's my guess that right now she and her western drawl are loping over to the old bunkhouse in Mr. Boynton's lab.
Oh, hello there, Miss Brooks.
Howdy. Please sit down, Mr. Boynton. We've got a little palavering to do.
Well, can it wait, Miss Brooks? I was just on my way to the cloakroom to feed Geraldine.
Geraldine?
You know, my dog. She's a boxer.
And if Mr. Conklin drops in, she'd better come out fighting. That's what I came to warn you about.
Warn me?
Yes, he's on an anti-animal kick. Mr. Stone happened to see Geraldine in the hall yesterday, and he was furious. Luckily, he doesn't know who her owner is yet.
Gosh, I guess I should have asked Mr. Conklin's permission. Oh, but there's little chance of my dog being discovered in here, Miss Brooks. Mr. Stone rarely comes into my lab. The same goes for Mr. Conklin.
Oh, well, then maybe my cat can hide out here for the day.
Your cat?
Yeah, I'll let her out of the bag. I certainly wouldn't want Mr. Conklin to find out I'm a cat rustler. Out you come, Minerva. You won't mind taking care of her for me, will you, Mr. Boynton?
Oh, not at all. Come here, baby.
All righty. Oh, you mean her.
I'm crazy about cats, Miss Brooks. Why, the minute I see one, I can't resist nestling it in my arms and stroking its little head.
Meow. Mrs. Davis ordered a seat cushion sent to my class today, Miss Boynton. I'll bring it over so that Minerva can stretch out in comfort.
Oh, that'll be dandy. I saw Mrs. Davis at the movies last night, and she told me about her brother Victor's farmhouse and that she's buying him a cow. I just love cows, don't you?
Madly. I love all animals, Mr. Boynton.
You know, sometimes I get to thinking about my childhood days on Dad's farm, Miss Brooks. Oh, I miss those days a lot. I hope Victor asks me out to his farm someday.
We can both go out someday. Some night, I mean. Some night when Victor isn't home. We can stroll in the meadow, hand in hand, with the moonlight pouring down.
That sounds pretty thrilling, Miss Brooks. And if you're with me and it's a very nice evening, you think it'd be all right to, well...
Yes, Mr. Boynton?
Well, do you think Victor would let me milk his cow?
We can both milk her. You take the left side, and I'll take the right side. And I'll be homogenized before you. Oh, great. Speaking of milk, has evidently whipped up Minerva's appetite. Steady, Minerva.
Mr. Conklin.
Yipe.
At ease. I hope you'll forgive this intrusion, Boynton. I just dropped into... Oh, hello, little pussycat. I say I just dropped in to make certain there are no dogs in here. Not that I suspect you, Boynton, but I just thought I'd take a look around. Well, I don't see any dogs on the premises. No dogs at all. Sorry to trouble you. I'll just run along now. And hello, little pussycat!
I have it. Let's all play charades. I mean, there's still a few minutes before first class, so just for kicks.
That will do. Out with it now. To whom does this cat belong?
Cat? What cat? Oh, the pussycat. It's quite a pussycat, isn't it? Silky. It's a girl cat, no doubt. Mr. Boynton and I hadn't noticed her.
Oh, that's right. She must have strayed in, sir.
Nonsense. Miss Brooks, I'm beginning to understand those phantom meows I heard in my office. Now then.
What are you doing to the cat's collar, Mr. Conklin?
I'm removing it, Miss Brooks. It'll be an easy matter to determine the person who owns her by simply checking the number on this license tag. That person, needless to say, is a dead duck.
Having heard nothing from Mr. Conklin during my morning classes, I presumed that he had not as yet traced the number on Minerva's license tag. As I left my classroom for lunch, however, the figure of a sentry armed with a BB rifle loomed up before me.
Halt! Step forward and be recognized.
It's me, Mr. Conklin.
Oh. Step back and be unrecognized.
Aye, aye, sir. And so, having been honorably discharged, I hiked down to the school cafeteria and ordered chow. It was then that Walter Denton beckoned me to his table.
Over here, Miss Brooks. Wilt thou not visit me? The plant beside me feels thy gentle dew, and every blade of grass I see from thy deep earth its quickening moisture drew.
I ordered meatballs. What have you got?
The same. I guess you didn't care for that bit of poetry I quoted, huh, Miss Brooks?
You guessed right, Walter.
Well, how do you like this one? You'd never have let the cat from the bag if you knew Mr. Conklin would grab her tag.
You're either psychic or a sneak. How'd you find out I'm up the creek?
Oh, that's a very provocative question, Miss Brooks. You will recall that shortly before first class this morning, our beloved principal invaded Mr. Boynton's lab and trapped you dead to rights with your furry friend.
With two furry friends. Mr. Boynton lost his razor.
Yeah. Well, at that time, I happened to be standing in the hall just outside the lab, and presently I heard excitement-laden voices wafted through the transom. Now, that was a moment of great decision for me, Miss Brooks. I could have either hewed to the path of dishonor by remaining in the hall and eavesdropping, or I could have taken the glorious avenue of decency by closing my ears and leaving the scene.
Well?
Yeah, I took the dirty road out.
For shame. But you still don't know all the details, Walter.
Au contraire, Miss Brooks. I was about to say that some minutes later, I confronted Mr. Boynton with the juicy morsels I had overheard, informed him that I should like to be acquainted with all the facts, and requested that he sing.
And he sang?
Ezio Pinza would have envied him.
Well, this is no laughing matter, Walter. When Mr. Conklin traces Minerva's license tag...
He didn't have time to trace it this morning, Miss Brooks, and it's too late now. Here is a little gift as a token of my esteem.
Walter, it's the tag. How did you get it?
Like I said, Miss Brooks, I'm pretty perfidious at times. When Mr. Conklin left his office for a few moments, I sneaked in, made off with the tag, and ever since then he's been flipping his lid wondering what happened to it.
But that's stealing. That's a dreadful thing to do, Walter, and thanks a million.
You're entirely welcome. Only one thing worries me, Miss Brooks. Since Mr. Conklin can't establish ownership, he'll probably confiscate your cat and send her to the pound.
Oh, no. We can't let that happen to Minerva. Somehow we've got to spring her. I have an idea, Walter. You've got to sneak her out of the biology lab through the window and then take her to Mrs. Davis's brother's farmhouse. It's only a 15-minute drive from here, so you can report back to me in my classroom before the end of lunch period.
Check. I know a shortcut to the farmhouse, Miss Brooks. I helped Victor move some furniture in day before yesterday.
Well, after Walter promised to sneak Minerva out of school to Victor's farm, the only problem remaining was what to do about Mr. Boynton's dogs. In my classroom shortly after noon, I told Mr. Boynton what Walter had done.
Well, I doubt that he'll get back here before the end of lunch period, Miss Brooks. It's almost 1 o'clock now.
Excuse me, Mr. Boynton. I want to steal a little peek into the hallway. No sentry. Mr. Conklin apparently ducked out for a bite. Now's your chance to get rid of your dog.
Oh, I've already taken care of that. I simply lowered Geraldine out the window and told her to go home. She'll be lying on the doorstep waiting for me after school, Miss Brooks. You see, she's been trained. No matter where she is, she knows how to get to my apartment house.
So do I, but what good does it do?
Hiya, folks. I got your cat to the farm okay, Miss Brooks.
Nice work, Walter. Did you turn her over to Mrs. Davis?
Not exactly. She was out shopping when I got there, but I left Minerva with her brother Victor as soon as he got through with the delivery man.
Delivery man?
Yeah. Some guy was delivering a seat cushion.
What? But that cushion was supposed to be delivered to my classroom. Good old absent-minded Mrs. Davis.
Miss Brooks?
Yes?
A sign here.
For what?
For this.
Oh, no. Wait a minute, mister. This is a cow.
You got good eyes, lady. We give you the bucket free.
Gosh, a real cow. I haven't milked a cow in 14 years. Hand me that bucket, Walter.
Oh, no, you don't. This is no time to improve your handshake. Listen, mister, my landlady evidently got confused. There's been a dreadful mistake, but you'll simply have to take back this cow.
Oh, I'm sorry, lady. That'll take a separate order, and our company's jammed up for the day. Give them a call, though. Maybe we can take her tomorrow.
Well, you've got to be reasonable. You can't leave a cow here overnight. This is a public school under the supervision of the federal government.
Let's keep politics out of this. I'll be going now. So long, lady.
I just caught a glimpse of Mr. Conklin and his daughter Harriet coming up the school steps.
What'll we do? Mr. Boynton, cut that out.
Sorry, I lost my head.
Look in the bucket.
I'll see you later, Daddy.
Fine, Harriet. I'll be right here on sentry duty. No silly cat or dog is going to get past me today.
Boy, he's sure going to get a surprise from some silly cow.
Not if I can help it. Quick, close the door. Now, listen carefully, Walter. I want you to stay here with the cow and see that absolutely no one enters this classroom. Then after school's over, when the sentry leaves, we can escape with the cow.
Okay, Miss Brooks. You can depend on me.
What can I do to help, Miss Brooks?
Just hand me that valise. The other one.
Steady, girl, steady. You're in good hands. 10 after 3, Walter. As soon as Miss Brooks gets back, we can...
goes there?
A friend. I'm unarmed.
Wait till I pull the chair away from the door.
Hi, Miss Brooks. See anybody in the hall?
Just Harriet Conklin. She was on her way to a dramatics club meeting. I saw Mr. Conklin getting into his car, so now's our chance to make the break. You men bring up the rear. We girls will lead the way. Come along, Bossy. Now keep your eyes peeled, Walter. You too, Mr. Boynton. If you see anybody...
Holy smoke! Quick, push her in here. I'll open the door. But Walter! No time to explain. In you go, Bossy. Come on. In.
All right, Walter. Now would you mind explaining what we and a strange cow are doing in Mr. Conklin's office?
Well, I just saw Harriet Conklin coming down the stairs. Oh, but we're safe in here. She never comes into Mr. Conklin's office when he isn't around.
Oh, quick thinking, Walter.
Hi, Daddy. I thought you'd gone home.
I forgot something in my office, Harriet.
Whoops, he's around. Down.
What on earth is going on in there? Well, I'll soon find out.
Back the cow into the closet. Hurry.
Come on, Bossy. Back.
Come on, in you go all the way. That's it.
Oh, now she'll only stay quiet until Mr. Conklin...
Over Miami.
Oh, hello, Mr. Conklin.
Miss Brooks, Boynton, Denton, what are you doing here?
Well, sir, we were just... of Monocura.
I demand to know what you are doing in my office.
Well, sir, we were just...
Is the song fest over now?
No, not quite, Mr. Conklin. Somehow I feel more coming on. I'm in the mood of love simply because you're...
Oh, shut up!
You all sound like a herd of sick cattle. For the last time, what are you doing here?
Well, sir, we just dropped in to say goodbye on our way home.
I left here 5 minutes ago, but I forgot my hat. I'll get it out of the closet, and we can all go together.
What an awful way to go. Oh, surely you don't need a hat on such a lovely day, sir. Why not skip the closet?
Step aside, Miss Brooks.
Yes, sir.
Pardon me, please. Take it easy. Take it easy. I just want to get my hat. Just a second. Seems to be on the floor. If I can just reach it. I've got it now. Oh, I am sorry. Now I've got it. Now I can... Pardon me again, please. Will one of you kindly tell me that I didn't see what I just saw in that closet?
You've had a rough day on sentry duty, sir. Overwork very often causes one's mind to play tricks that are...
Oh, yes, of course. It's absurd. I'm convinced the whole thing was a mirage, notwithstanding the indisputable fact that my hat here, as you can plainly see, is half filled with cream. Just to reassure myself, however, I'd like to take another look in the closet. This time you will follow me, Miss Brooks.
Oh, it's rather late, Mr. Conklin. Let's do it in the morning.
You'll follow me now, Miss Brooks. And I do mean now.
Yes, sir.
Holy cow!
And you do mean cow.
Miss Brooks, starring Clark's Dance Club, produced and directed by Larry Burns, written by Joe Quillen and Al Lewis, with the music of Lud Gluskin. Mr. Conklin was played by Gail Gordon.
Happy New Year to me, and Happy New Year to you. Let's let this be our slogan for 1952. You won't know what you're missing if you don't see Nord.
Transcribed from Hollywood, Norge, a division of Borg Warner, manufacturers of America's most modern automatic and conventional washers, electric and gas ranges, water heaters, and home freezers. Originators and world's largest manufacturers of self-defrosting refrigerators, Norge presents the Red Skelton Show. Red Skelton, David Rose, and his orchestra, Lorene Tuttle, Pat McGeehan, and the Smith Twins will be me, Rod O'Connor. And now the star of our program, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Happy New Year's, Rod.
Well, Happy New Year to you, Red. How did you bring in the New Year?
I had nothing to do with it.
No?
I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning, and there it was. Just think, here it is, 1952. Came in all over the world last week, rather. Everywhere but Russia. I hear it's still 1946 over there. 47, 48, 49, 50, and 51 refused to come in. Hey, did you hear about Stalin calling his doctors together and he says, boys, I want you to find a serum that will make me younger. And one doc says, well, we can't make you any younger, Joe, but if you leave it up to us, we'll see that you don't get any older. I like them better when they're not in there.
Sure. Well, Red, 1952 is an election year, too, you know.
Now, the 1952 is the election year. This is the year of the big win. And now, whether you know it or not, the campaign speeches have already started.
Really?
And now we give you an address by His Honor who will speak on plans for the new year. And here he is, San Fernando Red.
Thank you. My friends, and are you all my friends? Don't say you're not my friends, because nobody's going to tell me who my friends are. Yes, sir, last year was a good year for us politicians. Before I go any further, I would like to thank all of you who voted no on Proposition Yes. I had just returned from our nation's capital, Key West. I was going back to Missouri this year, but the river's all frozen over and they can't use the yacht there, you know. Well, that'll get them elected. But I'd like to say that I'm not going to throw political mud now. Some people in politics have cut off their noses to spite their face. And I might say that it's just as well. Just as well that they did cut off their noses, because things around Washington don't smell too good anyhow. For years, the last few years, all these boys have been giving you is pig's feet. You put me back in office this year, and I'll give you something higher up on the hog. Now I have a prediction for 1952. Now perk up and get this straight. I'll have mine straight, too. Remember, when I predict something, it always comes true. Now pay attention, because I never repeat myself. Let me repeat that. I never repeat myself. Let's see now, what was I going to predict? Oh, well, here's a little toast for 1952. A little toast. Now let's turn the page and find out what it is. Here's to the election year. 1952. Will I be elected? I wish I really knew. If you're looking for a candidate, well, then I'm your guy. Put me back in office. I'll be the best politician that money can buy.
And now, here are the Smith twins to salute the new year with their arrangement of Worry Bird.
Trouble, 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 trouble. Don't hurry to worry. Let the worry bird worry for you. Let the worry bird buzz and stew. He's a wonderful pet, and when you get the jitters, he twitters. Let the worry bird worry his head. Have the time of your life instead. What's a tumble or two as long as you can keep well and sleep well? Every cloud is silver lined. Bear that in mind. When old man's trouble gets tough and the going gets rough, let the worry bird worry for you. It's remarkable what he'll do. He'll consider it fun to be your understudy. So, buddy, why should you be blue? Let the worry bird sing the blues for you. You keep well and sleep well. Every cloud is silver lined. Bear that in mind. When old man trouble gets tough and the going gets rough, let the worry bird worry for you. It's remarkable what he'll do. He'll consider it fun to be your understudy. So, buddy, why should you be blue? Let the worry bird sing the blues for you. Worry, 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 worry. Let the worry bird worry for you.
Do you know that the new Norge Timeline automatic washer is selling so fast that most Norge dealers are having a hard time keeping up with their orders? Once folks see it demonstrated, they don't want any other automatic washer. They want a Norge Timeline. For one thing, it actually costs less than any comparable washer on the market. But what really makes the sale is the way this new Norge works. There's not even a dial to set. You just press the Timeline button and Norge fills with bubbly aerated water. Washes, rinses, spin dries, then cleans itself out, all automatically. Norge wave agitation gets clothes cleaner by actual tests than other washers, even wringer types. Norge 5-way warm rinsing uses less water than average, yet it's the overflow type that floats away dirt. Norge spin dries clothes almost ironing dry, but they lift out without a tangle. Why don't you ask your Norge dealer for a free demonstration of this new Timeline automatic washer soon?
From the Skelton Scrapbook of Satire, a story entitled, Has Anybody Here Seen Willie? Chapter 1, Clem Never Could See Him.
Well, here I am. Happy birthday to you. Motorola TV. Well, boy, here I am, working at my fix-it shop. Did somebody clear their head, or was that an opinion? Here I am in my fix-it shop. Now, the first thing I got to do is get somebody to fix that door. Then I'm going to call a plumber and have this leak fixed in my head. Oh, well, back to work. I don't know what I'm hammering on here, but I got to fix it. Boy, it's sure in bad shape. Well, now I recognize what it is. It's my thumb. Well, looks like my hitchhiking days are over. Oh, customers.
Howdy, Clem.
Well, howdy doody to you two. Can I be of service to you, sir? If you're smart, you'll say no.
Yeah. Clem, what kind of repair work do you do here?
Well, didn't you read that sign on the door?
Yes, I read it.
You did?
Yes.
Would you mind reading it to me? I don't know.
Oh, how stupid can you get?
What's that?
I say, how stupid can you get?
Well, that's pretty hard to tell. I'm still rather young, you know. That's too fast. He didn't get that at all.
Clem, how's business?
What's this?
How's business?
Remove your hat and show a little respect for the dead, will you? If it keeps up the way it's going, I'm going to have to hire another man.
Mm-hmm. To help you take care of the customers?
To be the customer. But this is better than the job I used to have.
Well, what job was that?
Well, I used to be a door-to-door salesman. I used to sell doors to doors. I don't do half of these things myself, you know.
Look, Clem, I stopped in to ask, have you seen Willie Lump Lump? He's disappeared.
No, I haven't seen him since he used my bathtub to make a concoction for New Year's celebration. He left a whole big jug of it back there, and it steams all the time.
Really? He makes his own stuff?
Yeah, he makes it himself, and he drinks it himself. That way, he cuts out the middleman.
Oh.
If he drinks that stuff, he's going to cut the middle out of the man. Hey, look who's coming. There must have been a nasty accident somewhere.
Well, howdy, Clyde.
Well, do. Run for your life, the boiler busted. I really talk juicy, don't I? Well, how are you, lover girl, today?
Oh, Clem, when did you get the new pot-belly stove?
Pot-belly stove? Oh, that's Mr. Rod O'Connor.
Hello, Daisy June.
Oh, hello, Mr. O'Connor.
Oh, let's not get sickening about this.
How charming to see you again.
Every time she meets a good-looking man, she starts putting on airs. Always putting on airs. Which reminds me, let's open the window.
Would you care to kiss my hand, Mr. O'Connor?
Oh, Daisy June, now, how dare you let another man kiss your hand?
Oh, now, don't be jealous, Clem. You're the only one I let kiss me on the lips.
That's just it. I want the same break that the rest of the guys are getting.
Listen, two kids, go out and have a good time. Don't spend the New Year fighting.
You're right. I'm sorry, DJ. Shall we have a little of that Willie Lump Lump nerve tonic that he has back there?
But just a nip, because it's a New Year.
Okay. Here you are, lover girl. It's just like water and has hardly no kick to it at all, you know.
Happy New Year. Here goes.
Oh, what a
She flew right through the window.
Whoa.
Hey, how are you going to get her down?
Well,
do something.
Don't get excited. I know just what to do. Never mind.
Okay, what?
How about that went right out the window? Hello, operator. Give me the Camp Pendleton anti-aircraft battery, will you?
Oh, look, I'll see you later, Clem. If you see Willie Lump Lump, ask him to call his wife. I'm going out and look for him now.
Yeah, I'm going to take a swig of this stuff and catch her.
Okay. Well, if it isn't Cauliflower McPug, the battling bird boy. Maybe he knows where Willie is. Hey, how come you're driving a cab, Cauliflower?
I'm driving this cab for my grandmother. It's her cab, you see. I I'm just taking it over for the night. She's competing tonight in the roller skate derby.
Oh. Your grandmother roller skates?
Oh, sure. She used to be a rattler, but she had to give it up. She started hearing Belgian boys.
Oh.
That there, boy, when that happens, the fight is really going. That's why I'm going to give up the old fight game before I start hearing Belgian boys. Do me a favor, will you?
Yeah, all right.
Answer that phone.
Hello, Clark. You been fighting again?
Certainly. Fighting's in my blood. What's left of it. Did you hear about my fight in St. Louis last week? Oh, boy. At the end of a minute and a half, I was still on my feet, so they stopped the fight and gave me a saliva test. They thought I had been doped, you know. I was hoping to win, you know. I wanted to win the fight for my kid that was born day before yesterday.
Oh, you and your wife have a new baby?
Well, sure it's new. You don't think we got a second one with me, here?
Oh, boy, are you punchy.
Oh, you got from the mainspring, huh? You should see that rattler down at the gymnasium. Oh, them poor suckers. I felt so sorry for them. They all hung their stockings up on the fireplace at Christmas time.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
There's no fireplace in that gymnasium. I know. I came down the chimney and delivered the presents.
Say, Cauliflower, did you hear about Willie Lump Lump disappearing?
Yeah, but there's nothing to worry about. I happen to know that he's okay.
Well, how do you know?
A little boy told me. The one that's on my shoulder right now.
You mean it?
Oh, he flew over me. Oh, there he goes blabbing again. Like no one in the night. Oh, that's for me, oh.
Hey, Bird Brain, can you drive me over to Junior's house?
Can I?
Yes, can you?
Yeah, sure. You know, this is more fun than work. Sure, hop in, boy, hop in.
Okay.
Hold it a minute while I shoot these canaries out of the back seat. Out of there, come on. Out. Yeah. Okay, get in, but be careful.
Hey, Cauliflower, you sure you know how to drive this cab?
Sure, I'm sure. Whoop! Oh, careful. Okay.
Well, now, why did you pull over at the curb and stop?
Oh, I obey the rules.
What do you mean you obey the rules?
Can you hear that policeman blow his whistle?
No.
I thought I'd get nabbed when I didn't stop at the railroad crossing back there.
What railroad crossing?
You didn't hear the bell ring at the
No, I didn't hear that.
They hide them things. That crossbone thing is there with that bell on it and everything.
Yeah.
But they hide them.
What do you mean they hide?
I drive up to the railroad track. I hear the bell ringing. But when I look around, it's never there.
Oh, I give up. I'm going to get out and walk.
Yeah. Were you going to get out?
Yeah, and I'm going to walk.
Oh, well, I'll see you later. Oh, there goes Santa Claus. He's late going back this year. Happy New Year, Santa Claus.
Gee, the more I hang around McPug, the more I think I'm beginning to hear things myself. I could swear I hear Dave Rose and his orchestra playing a beautiful medley from The King and I. And now for one of those useful wash day hints from Jessie Cartwright, co-director of the Norge Home Economics Department.
When you buy new clothes, please don't throw away those labels that give washing instructions. Instead, write the name of the garment on the back of the label and pin it on a bulletin board over your washer. You'll find most garments labeled hand washable can be safely machine washed if you follow the directions for water temperature and cleansing agents.
Why, the new wave agitation in the Norge Timeline automatic washer is so gentle it actually prolongs the normal life of fabrics. And with Norge, you have your choice of hot or warm water washing. What's more, though Norge is completely automatic, you can skip or change any part of the washing cycle. For with the new Norge Timeline control, every step is right in sight, right at your fingertips, from fill to spin dry. Why not ask your Norge dealer for a free demonstration of the new Timeline automatic? You won't know what you're missing if you don't see Norge.
Whee! Boy, that sure can go fast since I made a hot rod out of my tricycle here, boy.
Stop riding your tricycle in the house. Now, what did you break?
You know that bass with Whistler's mother on it?
Yes.
Well, the old gal just had a nervous breakdown.
Oh, for 2 cents, I'd make you stay home and not let you ride down to the store with me.
Oh, is you going to drive the car?
Yes.
Pop must have done pretty well last night with those parked cars and that siphoning hose.
Your papa doesn't siphon gas.
Oh, no? Well, don't tell me he got those hollow cheeks from sipping spaghetti. You know, I used to be a spaghetti sipper.
You did?
I used to take a big, long string of spaghetti and sip it up and let him smack me on both sides of the face, you know. That's how I lost my front tooth.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody tied a knot in one of them.
Come on, let's go.
Here I go, out the door. Oh! Oh, my stomach! Hey, look, Fatso, why didn't you ring the doorbell? Let us know you was coming in here or something.
I was just about to ring the doorbell.
Oh, come on in, Rod. What's wrong?
Well, I've been out looking for Willie Lump Lump, and I just wondered if you'd seen him.
We could never see him.
Well, have you checked the police?
Yes, he hasn't been booked for 2 days.
Oh, goody, goody. No place for here, but goody, goody. Goody. Big fat slob, you.
Junior.
Ask me why I call you a big...
Why do you call me a big fat slob?
I call them the way I see them. Hey, you two are in luck. If you're looking for Willie Lump Lump, you have come to the right place. I know a real good detective.
Who?
Well, now, don't laugh, but they all call me Sam Bulldozer. I'm sort of a small economy-sized Sam Spade. Wait, I'll go out here and put on my disguise.
Let's humor him, Rod. We don't want to hurt his little feelings.
Well, I'll go along with the gag. I wish I could gag him.
Hello,
Now be quiet, Rod. Here he comes. Now act impressed.
All right.
Well, here I is. I is back.
Oh, Junior, what a wonderful disguise. I'd hardly recognize you. How did you do it?
I shaved.
What?
Yeah, I shaved your fur coat. Well, you see, I'm all ready to start the detecting. I have me magnifying glass, and as they say in the skunk patrol, I have just picked up the scent.
Well, you've picked up the scent now. Where are we going to find Willie Lump Lump?
Come on, get in the car, and I'll show you.
Okay, Junior. Now where to?
Now you drive to the closest MGM theater. A theater that's showing an MGM picture, and I'm going to show you. Don't take me to Lowe's. Now, be careful. There's a lady in front of you, and she's starting to turn into that supermarket. I'll blow the horn. Look out. Boy, she must have been in a hurry to get in there. She didn't even get out of the car.
Look, young man. If you ever touch that horn again...
Don't you hit me.
I wouldn't hit you.
Just remember one thing. You hit me again, I might bite you. You never had this temper, have you?
Well, here we are at the theater. How do you know that Willie Lump Lump will be in here now?
He's working for Red Skelton, ain't he?
He is?
Yes. And there's the theater. Look, Red Skelton picture up there.
Texas Carnival.
Yes.
That's funny. They have hundreds of pictures of Ann Miller, Esther Williams, and Howard Keel, but none of Red Skelton. I wonder why.
Well, if you had a jewelry store, would you put a hunk of salami in the window? We're going to miss the boy who wrote that around here.
Well, let's take a look inside the theater. Maybe Willie is in here.
But the theater doesn't open for a couple of hours yet.
Well, let's look in anyway. Well, say, Junior was right. There's Willie sitting in the front row of the theater asleep. Hey, Willie!
Dodge ya, my boy.
What's the matter with you?
Big fat blimp. Where you been, boy? Where you been?
Where have I been? Well, where have you
I ain't
been?
seen you in a long time. I ain't seen you in a long time.
We haven't.
In fact, I can hardly see you now.
We've been looking all over for you. You've been gone for 2 days.
2 days?
Yes,
Good
2
heavens
days.
gracious of me.
Yes.
I came in to see the Skelton picture, and after the 12th time, I guess I fell out asleep. I'm going to quit this job he gave me, you know. It wears me out starting the applause every time that bum comes on the screen.
This is Rod O'Connor saying, remember, in washers, refrigerators, home freezers, gas and electric ranges, and water heaters, everything Norge makes right. Be sure to see the new Timeline automatic washer at your Norge dealers. Stop in soon and ask for a free demonstration. See why Norge's new wave agitation actually gets clothes cleaner than other washers. Watch Norge's 5 warm rinses float away dirt and soap scum. See how clothes lift out without a tangle, fluffy and almost ironing dry. Then compare the price, and you'll know why this new Norge Timeline automatic is setting sales records. And now, until next week,
This is Red Skelton saying thanks for listening and reminding you that you won't know what you're missing if you don't see Norge.
join us again next week for the Red Skelton Show. Red Skelton is heard in this program through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios. This is a copyrighted feature transcribed from Hollywood. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Hi, it's time for the Abbott Costello Show. We're on the air for ABC here in Hollywood. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go with the Abbott Costello Show. Yes, it's the Abbott Costello Show, produced and transcribed in Hollywood for your listening pleasure with Susan Miller and Matty Maldick's orchestra. So hold on to your chairs, folks, for here they are, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. Hey, will you stop that yelling? What is all that adhesive tape on your face for?
I took Susan Miller to my neighborhood theater to see The Razor's Edge. I sat so close to the screen that Tyrone Power shaved me 5 times.
Your neighborhood theater is just showing that old picture now?
What do you expect for 3 cents? Oh, it was a swell picture, though. It all takes place in a barber shop run by a rough guy named Dan.
Dan?
Yeah, Dan Gruff. Tyrone Power, a sharp young blade who's keen about Gene Tierney. Every time he scissors, he works himself into a lather. But she drops him. She gives him the brush, it's no soap, and the rub comes in the end, where he whiskers her away. And the moral of the story is no brush, no lather, no rubbing, no girl, no nothing, no joke, no money.
You idiot. You never saw the picture. And furthermore, I'll bet when you went to school, you were a dumbbell. A dumb scout.
That's all. I bet you'll know that I was a head and shoulders above everybody in my class.
You were?
Yes, I was 15 years older than any one of them.
I would like to see you in school, Lou.
I was teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet?
Yes, we both got expelled the same day.
Abbott and Costello will be back after just the time it takes to tell this. And now back to ABC's Abbott and Costello show.
Hey, Abbott.
All right. Come here, Costello. Who's that girl I saw you talking with?
Huh?
Who's that girl I saw you talking with?
That girl was my school day sweetheart. Her and I used to hook rides on the ice wagon together. Every day we'd ride 7 miles to school, sitting on a big cake of ice.
You rode 7 miles sitting on a cake of ice?
Yeah, we were the original dead-end kids.
Oh, forget about her. By the way, where did you get that bump on your nose?
Well, Monday night I went over to Susan Miller's house and I brought her a package of bubble gum. We sat on the sofa and I had my arm around her and she was chewing a bubble gum.
But how did you get the bump on your nose?
How did I get the bump on my nose? Just as I leaned over to kiss her, she had a blow-up.
That must have gummed up your evening.
Not only that, but I may have to have my nose vulcanized.
You talk sense. What happened?
Susan dropped her bubble gum on the sofa and I sat on it. Brother, that stuff's sticky.
Did it damage your clothes?
No, but now I've got the only pair of pants in Hollywood with slip covers.
Now, stop this silliness. You'd better be on your good behavior from now on because Susan Miller is moving into our boarding house today. She's taking the room directly above you, Lou.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Me in room 115, Susan in 215. Abbott, will Susan be in that room all the time?
Well, you know Susan. She goes in and out.
Have you noticed that too, Abbott? Well, anyway, Abbott, you know what I say? I say that,
You better say something.
I say that I'm lost. That's what I... Oh, this is wonderful. The woman I love living right upstairs.
Oh, stop, Costello. You're not in love with Susan. She's just a passing fancy.
Abbott, I wouldn't pass up anything that fancy. Gee, but I hope she likes her room.
Oh, she should like it. She gets bored with it.
I'm glad to hear that, too, because after all... What did you say?
I said she should be happy. She gets bored with the room.
If she gets bored with the room, then why did she rent it in the first place?
She's not bored with the room. She's very happy.
You just told me that she gets bored with the room.
That's right.
One of us is nuts. How can a girl be happy when she's bored all the time?
Look, she's not bored all the time. She only gets bored 3 times a day.
Where is she getting all that lumber?
I'm not talking about lumber. I'm talking about boards. Susan eats her boards.
Who feeds her all these boards?
The landlady. Susan made arrangements with the landlady to eat her board 3 times a day. 30 days a month.
I'm moving out of that place.
Why?
That Susan Miller is going to eat me out of house and home.
Yes, I'm just trying to tell you that Susan is very happy with her board and she likes the room. That room hasn't got a flaw in it.
There's a cute kid. Just rented the room today. Already she ate the floor.
She did not eat the floor. I simply said there was no floor in the room.
You could be mistaken, you know. Anybody that will eat boards 3 times a day is liable to eat the floor and the doors and the windows.
Look, what are you getting so excited about? What business is it of yours what she does with her room?
I'll make it my business, brother. Her floor happens to be my ceiling. I don't mind you knocking the pots among me every week, but I ain't going to let that Susan Miller eat the roof over my head.
Costello, you annoy me. All I said
was there is not a floor in Susan's room.
Just a second, Abbott. Have you been in Susan's room?
I have.
You opened up the door?
Yes.
You stepped into the room?
I did.
What did you step on?
The floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man has deliberately and with molasses up a thought been misinforming the public. I rest my case.
All right, Costello. There's no sense in getting yourself into a frenzy.
A what?
Frenzy.
I ain't make up frenzies with nobody.
Now, wait a minute. I'll try to explain by giving you an example. You have a floor in your room. The plaster is all cracked, so you have a floor in your ceiling.
I got a floor in my ceiling? How do you like that? I've been living upside down for 6 years and didn't know it.
Costello, you're all mixed up. I'm trying to tell you that Susan's room is perfect. It has no floor, and she's happy because she gets bored with the room.
Here we go again.
The reason why she likes to get bored with the room is because she's hungry after a hard day at the studio and rushes home and eats like a beaver.
Now he's got her eating beaver boards.
Costello, I don't know why I get into these arguments with you. We argue and fight, and it always ends up the same way. You're just plain stupid.
I am not. I'm pretty smart.
Costello, you're smart. I'm a monkey's uncle.
Well, I am smart. Now let me see you hang by your tail. Oh, Mr. Costello. Yes. Oh, he's back again. Every week the same thing. Look, Norman, why don't you go out here and get yourself a job?
Oh, I've got a job, Mr. Costello. You see, I work in a domino factory. I put the dots on the dominoes.
Why ain't you working now?
This week we're making blanks.
That's exactly what your check's going to look like.
Well, enough of this nonsense, Costello. Have you been studying your script for the new scenes in our new picture, The New Shanghai?
Well, I meant to tell you, Abbott, they're changing the script again, and the director's coming over here tonight to rehearse me in the new scene.
Ah, there you are, Costello. I've got the script here for the retakes on The New Shanghai. Now, you're going to run through it right now. In this scene, you'll play opposite the gorgeous, glamorous Lauren Bacall.
Stand by, folks. There's good news tonight.
So you like Lauren Bacall, eh?
Like her. There's that girl that has got this and that and them and those, and if you want anything else, just whistle.
Very good. I'm glad you like her, Costello, because in this scene, you and Lauren Bacall are seated in a canoe, drifting lazily down the stream. She's sitting in the bow, and you're sitting in the stern.
She's in the bow, and I'm in the stern.
That's right.
You couldn't make that a rowboat and get both of us in the back seat.
Quiet, Costello. Now, as you sit there in the stern of the canoe, paddling along, she looks at you, and her eyes seem to say, "Come to me, Costello. Come to me, my love."
Is that what her eyes say?
Yes.
Then why don't I drop that darn paddle and come to her?
No, Costello, you ignore her. You keep paddling. You need the exercise.
Abbott, I need the exercise, but this could lead to ulcers.
You're playing hard to get. After all, you're a city slicker.
City slicker. I'm a village idiot. That's what I am.
Quiet, Costello. Please, pay attention to the direction.
Now then, Costello, a strange feeling commences to creep over you. You're seated in that canoe all alone with Lauren Bacall. You get a feeling that you can't sit still for another minute. A feeling that you must rise to your feet.
It's those cane-bottomed canoe seats. They'll do it every time.
The seats have nothing to do with it.
Of course not. Now, Costello, you look forward at gorgeous Lauren Bacall. You look forward, and there she is in all her tempting glory. You can't stand the suspense any longer. Slowly, you begin to inch your way forward, inch by inch.
Inch by inch?
Foot by foot.
Foot by foot?
Yard by yard.
Get me up there, will you? I've only got this boat rented for an hour.
Oh, it's impossible, Mr. Abbott. I can't rehearse with this man. He's too nervous. He should see a doctor about his nerves.
You should see a doctor about your face.
What's the matter with my face?
It talks too much.
Hurry up, Costello. We're on in just a second.
That's right, Abbott, but here's a small place to show off Susan Miller. Let's get her to sing a song.
Okay, Costello. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our singing star, Susan Miller, with the music of Matty Malney.
Picture me upon the sea, the sea, the sea, and choose the on weekend vacation. We won't tell a soul that we on a trip. Day will break and I'll away and start today. For sure there's you to pay for all the boys to see. We will raise a family, a girl singing, a boy home. Can't you see how happy we will be? Day will break, I'll awake, start to take a sugar cake for you to take for all the boys to see. We will raise a family, whatever you will buy. Can't you see how happy we will be?
Slowly I park the canoe. I look up at the lawn bacall and say, the calla lilies are in bloom again. I love the calla lilies. Yes, Father, yes, Mother, the calla lilies are in bloom again.
Costello, what are you doing?
Rehearsing the scene for the picture. I'm acting. What an actor I am, Abbott. If my mother hadn't cut off my curls when I was little, I'd have been another Shirley Temple.
Well, you get our eyes silly acting.
And you don't need to worry anymore about the picture. They're not going to change it. However, I have some news for you, Lou, but I really don't know how to tell you this, Costello. But your country has called you.
You mean I've been drafted again?
No, you dummy. You're about to receive a great honor. Listen to this telegram that just came for you. It's from Mayor DeVita of Paterson, New Jersey. Dear Lou, you have been chosen to represent Paterson, New Jersey at the next meeting of the UNO.
I have?
Yes, you've heard of the UNO, haven't you?
Oh, I hear about it every time I try to make a date with a girl.
What do you mean?
Every time I ask a girl for a date, she looks at me and says, you? And no.
You know, the UNO is an organization of all the nations of the world. Costello, a great honor has been conferred on you. You will serve your country as a diplomat. You will be a statesman, an official of the government, a man who mingles with royalty.
I'm going to be all that?
That's right.
Abbott, you may kiss my hand.
No. I don't know why the mayor of Paterson never chose you.
Hey, Uncle Bud, I just saw a messenger boy just leave here. Was that telegram for me?
No, it wasn't for you. It was for Costello. A great honor has fallen on Costello. He has been chosen Paterson's delegate to the UNO.
That's right, Norman. I'm going back there and spread goodwill.
Well, you certainly got the spread for it.
Now, Norman. You'll have to treat Costello with more respect from now on. Remember, he's going to be a diplomat.
That's just with Jester. Yes, just wait till I get to Europe. They need me over there. That continent has gone back to the horse and buggy days. I'm the only guy that can fix it.
Horse and buggy days? What are you talking about?
Well, somebody is horsing around over there and driving the whole world buggy.
But I don't know why they picked Costello as a diplomat. I'm the boy for the job. Everybody says I look just like Anthony Eden.
You look more like heaven, Eden.
Costello's right, Norman. You could stand some weight. If you gained a little weight, you wouldn't be so lazy.
Uncle Bud, I'm just full of energy. Can I help it if I haven't got the strength to use it?
Norman, we should be proud of Costello. He's going back to Paterson to mix with all the masters of diplomacy.
Yes, I'm going to be a mixmaster. I'll show them guys how to stir up things.
Well, am I interrupting anything, boys?
Why, it's a singing star, Susan Miller. Susan, have you heard the news? Costello is to be Paterson's delegate to the UNO.
Oh, Costello. What a diplomat you'll make. You're so robust, so manly, so muscular.
Susan, I'm Atlas, Hercules, Samson and Joe Louis and Gorgeous George all rolled into one.
You are?
Taylor. And it's awful crowded, too.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Costello. I'm going to give you a kiss. A gift for good luck. Now, put your arms around me. There. That's it.
Gee, Susan, when I get close to you like this, something inside me seems to melt.
It does?
I've got to quit carrying that butter around in my money belt.
Well, come on, Costello. I've made arrangements with the finest tailor in town to outfit for your trip to the UNLV.
Well, I'll see you later, Costello. And as they say in Spanish, mañana hora ama. Cheers to you.
And your mama's old army shoes to you, too. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, sir. Costello, this is the tailor, Mr. Sharkskin. Are you ready to measure Costello? Why, yes, it'd be a pleasure to make a suit for him. What a build, what broad shoulders, narrow hips, and long tapering legs.
This is me over here. You're measuring the water cooler.
Mr. Sharkskin, this is Costello. He's the man who's having the fit. Really? Does he always swell up like that?
Sharkskin, one more crack like that over you, and I'll cut you on the bias and pull down your hems.
Mr. Sharkskin, do you have anything that'll fit Costello? I think so. Here, Mr. Costello, slip into this coat. That's it. There. How's that?
Now, ain't that coat a little long? I can't see my shoes.
Oh, do you plan on wearing shoes? Don't be so fussy, Costello. What that coat needs is a little more padding in the shoulders, that's all.
A little more? You'd better take some of the padding out. Every time I raise my arm, the shoulders push my hat off.
Costello, you won't be able to wear those pink socks with that outfit.
Those are not pink socks. My shorts drag a little.
All right, Mr. Sharkskin, make the necessary alterations and send the suit to Costello's house. Fine. Good day, gentlemen. Costello, you're leaving for Patterson tonight. We've got a lot of things to do.
What, for instance?
Well, Costello, you'll meet all kinds of nationalities at that UNO meeting, and you'll have to converse with all of them.
That won't be hard for me, Abbott. I even speak Chinese.
Let me hear you say something in Chinese.
Okay. Feature starts at 1 o'clock, smoking in the balcony, price is changed at 6.
What kind of Chinese is that?
Grauman's Chinese.
You simpleton. French is the diplomatic language, and you've got to learn it. I'm taking you to Madame Peaty's French language school.
And now, Monsieur Costello, when you arrive at the meeting, the French delegate, he will bid you welcome, and he will say, ah, bonjour, monsieur, que je suis enchanté de faire votre connaissance, parce que vous êtes le plus bel homme du monde. And then the delegate, he will kiss you like this.
You mind now if I can have my own script back? Thank you. You walk in here, you don't even shut the door. Madam Peter, you will have to forgive me. I have a very, very poor memory. Would you mind running through that again a little slower?
Why, not at all, monsieur. The French delegate, he will bid you welcome like this. Now, pay attention, monsieur. He will bid you welcome like this. And he will say to you, ah, monsieur, que je suis enchanté de faire votre connaissance parce que vous êtes le plus bel homme du monde. You see, and then he will kiss you like this.
He's sweating. Abbott, do me a favor, will you?
What?
Run over and pick up my suit. I may have to stay after school. I think I need more lessons.
You know, if you stay here and take another lesson, you may miss the plane.
Abbott, if I take another lesson, I won't need the plane. I'll fly to Patterson by myself. Come, Madam Fifi, let us study.
fact, remember, you're an important delegate to the UNO, and it's one of the requirements of a delegate to know all about history. I know all about history, Abbott. You do. I'll bet you don't even know who George Washington married. George Washington married Salome. Yeah, dummy, Washington and Salome lived thousands of years apart. What's the difference as long as they loved each other? Talk sense. Now, Costello. Now, in diplomatic circles, they give a lot of banquets, and you've got to watch your table manners. Now, if you're not sure what fork to use, wait until the hostess has picked up her fork, and then you use the same one. Nothing doing, Abbott. I tried that once. I waited to use the same fork the hostess used, and by the time she got through with it, there was no more food left on the table. I'm talking about the silverware they use at a banquet. As a rule, there are several different types of forks set aside beside your plate. Naturally. You're telling me I went to a banquet once and there was 15 knives, forks, and spoons set aside beside each plate. What beautiful silverware. I'd like to have seen it. Remind me to show it to you sometime. Never mind that. Now, when you get to the meeting and you are introduced to the other delegates' wives, remember to curtsy. Remember to what? Curtsy like this. That's a curtsy? Yes. I couldn't curtsy. I've got too much starchy in my shirty. Oh, I give up. Come on. Our plane leaves for Patterson in a few minutes. Now, we've got to get to the airport. We're going to be at the UNO meeting. Come on.
UNO convention will now come to order. Gentlemen, this is a great year for the UNO, the Undertakers' National Organization. Secretary Toon, and all the bodies, and all the members present, all but the stiff, but he's due here any minute. Delegate from Patterson, huh?
Greetings and salutations, gentlemen. I'm Patterson's delegate for the UNO, and it's mighty quiet in here. Let's get the joint jumping.
Just pull up a slab and sit down. Brother Graves, dig that boy. A lovely thought, Brother Toombs, a lovely thought.
Just a minute. Is this the peace conference?
Yes, my boy, we have peace here. As a matter of fact, that's the slogan of our organization. Rest in peace. And now, Mr. Toombs, place a lily in Mr. Costello's lapel, and let's get on with the meeting.
Just a second. There must be some mistake. I was looking for the UNO.
There is no mistake. This is the UNO, the Undertakers' National Convention. Is there anything else you wish to say?
Yes, just 2 words.
What are they?
And now back for a final word from ABC's Abbott Costello Show. Costello, it's too bad that we made that trip all the way back to Patterson for nothing.
Oh, that's all right, Abbott. I just as well... I'll get it, Abbott. Hello. Oh, hello. Uncle Mike? What? Aunt May? Congratulations. At 7 o'clock tonight? Where did it happen? Right on Maplewood Avenue? My. How many? 3? Well, hold everything. I'll be right there. Goodbye.
Costello, what happened?
My Aunt May just found a 3-room apartment on Maplewood Avenue.
Oh, good night.
Listen each Wednesday night at this time for another great Abbott and Costello show, produced and transcribed in Hollywood by Charles Banda, and featuring Susan Miller and Matty Malnick and his orchestra. So goodbye till the same time next Wednesday. Be sure to stay tuned for the outstanding entertainment which follows throughout the evening on this ABC station. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The secret word tonight is light. L-I-G-H-T. Really? You bet your life. And here he is, the one, the only... That's me, Groucho Marx.
Well, here I am again with a paltry $1,000. A sailor from the Coast Guard and his partner, an Army officer's daughter, flipped me last week for $6,000. So tonight we're starting over poor but happy. Who's first to try in this holocronade tonight, Mr. Fenneman?
Well, we invited some airline pilots to the program tonight, Groucho, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mr. Boyd O'Donnell. His partner, selected from the audience, is Miss Irene Merlin, the ship's nurse, and here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Irene Merlin, is that right?
That's right, Groucho.
That's a lovely name. Where are you from, Irene?
Well, I was born in Proctor, Minnesota.
Uh-huh. You're the pilot, Mr. Boyd O'Donnell, huh?
That's right.
Where are you from, Boyd?
I'm from originally Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Uh-huh. Are you married?
No.
The kind of a pilot I like to meet. He's got his feet on the ground. Irene, you're not married either?
No.
Just checking, you know. Do you think you could get interested in a fellow like me?
Well, I think you're rather premature, Groucho.
No, I was born in the regulation side. You mean there's no chance for me at all, Irene?
Oh, no.
Well, good night, Irene. Boyd is casting sheep's eyes at Irene. Who do you work for, Boyd?
I work for the Flying Tiger Line.
Well, make up your mind. Which is it, a lion or a tiger?
No, it's Flying Tiger Line, L-I-N-E.
Oh. That's what I like to see in a pilot. Good spelling. What is it you do, Irene? You say you're a nurse?
Well, I'm a ship's nurse, Groucho.
What's the matter with the old tub? Is she seasick? What's the name of your patient?
SS President Cleveland.
Why do they always call a ship a she, don't they? Why is that?
Well,
Why do they? Why are they, I mean?
Can I speak now?
Yeah, I'll shut up for a while.
Every skipper, every captain is a male, and whether a ship is called a he, a she, or an it has to take the place of the captain's affections.
Well, there's no point in getting angry about it.
You're just confusing me.
I'm trying to be as benevolent as all get out here. Now, who owns the President Cleveland?
American President Line.
Where do you travel on your ship besides fore and aft and port and starboard?
Well,
pretty nautical stuff, eh? Avast there, mate. Does that do anything to you, Irene?
Terrific.
Does nothing to me, eh? Well, anyway, where do you travel?
Well, we make a complete tour of the Orient, Groucho. We go to L.A. and then Hawaii.
What? Make a complete tour of the Orient? You go to L.A.? What? I've heard this town called many things.
San Francisco.
Oh, I see.
From San Francisco to Los Angeles every other trip.
Mm-hmm.
From there we go to Hawaii and then Japan, China.
You go to where? What was the other place?
Hawaii.
I'm all right. How are you? I always say that if anybody says hello. But it never gets a laugh either. But it's something to live with. Irene, you're not married, and neither is Hotshot Charlie over here, right?
No.
Would you be interested in a flying tiger?
Well, it would be a change.
I won't ask you what it's a change from. We'll just let it go with that.
Thank you.
Well, maybe I can arrange it. Do you like to fly?
Well, frankly, Groucho, I've never been off the ground.
Irene, you old ship's nurse, your anchor's dragging.
Why didn't you tell me?
How would you like to ride in Boyd's plane?
I think I'd like it.
Boyd, would you like to have a passenger like Irene on your next trip?
Couldn't take her.
Well, it's possible she couldn't take very much of you either, Boyd. We're a very friendly trio, don't you think? Couldn't take her. That's what I like in a pilot, romance. I assume you mean you don't want her on your plane, and as a representative of American womanhood, I demand an explanation.
Groucho, it isn't that. It's that...
It isn't what?
Well, it isn't that we can't take her. I mean, we're not allowed by the CAA to fly.
What's the CAA?
That's the Civil Aeronautics Administration.
How would they know about it?
Well, we only fly freight, you see, domestically, and we're not allowed.
Some pretty fair freight there, I'd say. Well, you two make a wonderful couple, and I hope you have many happy little seaplanes. All right, now let's see how you make out in the quiz. Mr. Fenneman.
Yes.
I used to call him George, but we got so many complaints. This is, we got letters saying, what do you call this guy Fenneman for? Call him Mr. Fenneman or George. So that accounts for the kind of dignity that we now have in the show. Fenneman, explain the rules, huh?
All right. You bet as much of your $20.
Fenneman doesn't laugh at me, he gets bounced.
You bet as much of your $20.
There's nothing a man won't do to retain a job.
You bet as much of your $20 as you want on each of 4 questions. And the couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,000 question at the end of the show.
All right, now let's see how high I can bid you $20. You selected, what's the number? How much are you going to bet of your $20?
Let's bet 15.
Okay. How many blind mice?
3.
3 is right. Some rat out there started the applause.
You're on your way with $35.
Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of your 35 are you going to risk?
$34.50.
$34.50, huh? You're betting, okay. How many leagues under the sea?
7. 12.
12.
Think it over. Talk it over.
Let's discuss it. Let's go. How many leagues in
12. 7. 14.
I'm sorry, it's 20,000.
You have 50 cents.
Here's your third question. Now, how much of the 50 cents are you going to bet? Now, don't go crazy now.
It'll be
My
cents.
friend says 49 cents.
He's still your friend, Irene?
Indeed he is.
Well, that shows your money isn't everything. Okay. How many men on a dead man's chest?
Say it out loud.
7.
No, I'm sorry. It's 15. You've got 1 cent left. All right, now here's your last chance to beat the other couple. Now, take it easy now. I'm talking over. I don't want you to ruin yourself here. Now, how much of the 1 cent are you going to bet this time?
We'll go completely
You
all
going the
out.
whole penny?
Go the whole lot. We'll go completely.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples now. You're betting a whole cent. How many horsemen of the apocalypse?
3.
No, I'm sorry, 4.
Say, Groucho, let's give him another question.
We can't let you go away flat broke like that. I'm going to give you one more question. If you get it right, you win $10. So think hard and no help from the audience. Who was buried in Grant's tomb?
We invited...
I bet they make a fat living on quiz shows, those two. I hear they go from quiz shows to quiz shows, cleaning up all over.
Groucho, we invited some studio location men to the show tonight. And just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mr. Jack Lawton. His partner is a housewife from the audience, Mrs. Elsa Hansen. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
How do you do?
Welcome, welcome, kid. Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. You're a housewife, Elsa?
Yeah, I'm housewife. I'm running lumberjack boarding house.
Oh, gee, I wouldn't think so. I thought you were a toe dancer. Where are you from, Elsa, old girl?
I'm from western Minnesota. That's farthest of northwestern Minnesota. No more road and no more railroad.
No more road and no more railroad?
Yes,
That's the name of the town you come from?
Vincent.
Oh, Vinton, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, how is it in the summer?
Summer is wonderful. Good fishing.
Good fishing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Jack London, huh?
Lawton.
Lawton.
Yeah.
You're the location man?
Yes, sir.
What is a location man?
Well, a location man is a sort of an explorer for a motion picture company.
I see. Well, I've done a little exploring around the studios myself. Never had much luck, though. Where are you from, Jack?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia?
Yes.
How long have you been out here?
Well, I came out here originally in 1915.
Mm-hmm.
I've been out Universal practically ever since.
That's a fine joint out there, isn't it? That Universal joint out there. I try anything. You can't do it. A joke may jump up from any place. Huh? Now, Jack, as a location man, just what do you do?
Well, usually find locations for the company to shoot different parts of the valley out here and around the country.
Well, pretend I'm a big producer and I'm spending millions on a picture about Africa. Now, where should I shoot it?
Oh, Africa.
They pay him $1,000 a week to answer questions like that. Suppose I don't want to go to Africa. Now, find me a good location around here. What do you suggest?
Oh, the San Fernando Valley.
San Fernando Valley is the equivalent of Africa?
Well, you can find most anything out there.
Now, let's get located again.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are some of the odd places you've had to find in California?
Well,
besides Hollywood on a foggy night.
Well, we found the French Riviera up around Santa Barbara. We found the White Cliffs of Dover at Portuguese Bend. And we found Italy right back in the Chatsworth Mountains there.
Well, how closely do these places actually resemble the original?
Why, Chatsworth there looks more like Italy than Italy itself.
I see. Have you ever been to Italy?
No.
Well, then how do you know what it looks like?
Well, I've seen lots of pictures of Italy.
Which ones, for example?
Well, Bel Ferragamo and several other pictures.
Where'd they make them?
Chatsworth.
Well, I'm sorry I insulted you. For a moment, I thought you were a four-plusher. What sort of work does your husband do, Mrs. Hanson?
I don't have no husband. I've been widow 19 years.
Oh, that's why you were eyeing me up before.
That's what I do.
Now, did anything unusual ever happen in your boarding house that you could tell us about, Mrs. Hanson?
Yeah, so I remember I went 3 years ago to California.
Oh, you've been here?
No, not California. I'm in Florida.
Oh.
So then I say...
Well, there's not much difference.
Yeah.
Except that it's much warmer here than it is in Florida.
I know. I like it better here.
Oh, you better. You
Yeah.
want to win any money here tonight.
I say to that was only one left there. Then he didn't took his stuff and went to the other boarding house. I said, George, you better hurry up now. I go in the morning. He says, now, Mrs. Hanson, when you go away, he says, I'm going to die. I say, oh, Joe, I can't be here taking care of you. I say, you don't going to die anymore now when I'm away, and you can go to the other boarding house. And you know he died. And I said,
was a dirty trick to play on the boarding house. Now, you're going to play You Bet Your Life. You beat our other two couples, you'll get a chance at the $1,000 question. I can't tell you how much the first couple won, but... I'll give you a hint. They didn't win all the money. But Mr. Fenneman, sometimes known as George, is going to remind our listeners.
The pilot and the ship's nurse lost all their money, so these people have a clear field.
Here we go. Now, let's see how high I can bid you $20. How much of the 20 are you going to bet?
15.
Yeah, $15.
$15. Yes. You selected Name the State. Here's your first question. You're going to bet $15. As late as 1947, we were acquiring national parks. The last being the Everglades. In what state is this national park?
Florida.
Florida is right.
And you're off to a good start. You have $35.
I have a hunch that you're going to beat the first couple. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 35 are you going to bet?
$21.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. statue?
$25.
25. In Hannibal, overlooking the Mississippi, there is a statue of Mark Twain. In what state is this statue?
Missouri.
Missouri is right.
You're really on your way to have $60.
You're sharp as a tack, and here's your third question. How much will you bet?
We bet 50.
You're going to bet 50. On July 8th, 1833, the Liberty Bell tolled for the last time. In what state did the bell last ring? Talk it over now. In what state?
That was in,
I'm sorry, it's Pennsylvania.
They now have $10.
Well, you're down to $10. That's a shame.
Yeah.
All right, here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 10 are you going to bet?
We'll bet it all.
Bet it all. The Creoles are the descendant of original French and Spanish settlers. In what state are they located?
Louisiana.
Louisiana is right.
Wind up with a grand total of $20. Just before we went on the air, Groucho, we found a member of a garden club and a married man in our audience. And here they are, Mrs. Maria Wilkes and Mr. Ian Batchelor. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. A married man and a garden club member. Is that right? Mr. Ian, is that the way you pronounce it?
That's right.
Mr. Ian Batchelor,
Yes.
huh? I thought you were a married man.
I am a married man.
Well, how can you be a bachelor if you're married?
That's my name.
What's your name?
Bachelor.
You know, we can get sued by Abbott and Costello for this. Who's on first? Let's see, you're a member of a garden club?
I am.
No, you.
No, I'm a bartender.
You don't belong to a garden club?
No, I don't.
Are you sure that's a prize-winning crop of spinach you've got on your lip there? What kind of a mustache do you call that, Ian?
Oh, I call it an old-fashioned mustache.
Well, cut it off and put a cherry on it. I like old-fashioned. What is your name?
Maria Wilkes.
Oh, Maria Wilkes, that's right. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Italy and South Africa.
You were born in Italy?
Born in Italy, went to South Africa, and then came here.
How old were you when you were in South Africa?
Well, that would be telling too much.
Why do you object to telling too much?
Women don't like to tell their ages.
I didn't ask you your age. I just asked you how old you were when you were in Italy.
You're a good mathematician. I was a child.
You're still a child.
Thank you.
It's nothing, really. Ian, where are you from? Are you a bottle baby from County Cork?
Oh, I'm from San Francisco.
San Francisco, huh?
Yes.
I can't keep calling you Ian. Well, what do your customers call you?
Well, they call me Big Mac.
Well, I can understand why, Mac. You look as big as a full-grown bull. Just how big are you?
I'm 6'1" in height, and I weigh 300 pounds.
Well, that's certainly a lot of bull. You know, if you hadn't told me you were a bartender, I'd have sworn you were a jockey. I mean, on the horse I bet on last Saturday. What size shirt do you wear, Mac?
This shirt I have on is a sports shirt, and it's size extra, extra, extra large.
Certainly a lot of extras. You sound like the 5-star final. You're probably equipped with a radio, heater, and white sidewall tires. How large are your suits, Mac?
It's size 54.
Well, it's just the size I buy. Now, where do you do your bartending, Mac?
At the Coach and Horses.
Are you one of the horses or the coach? Now, Mac, how about food? Are you a big eater?
Yes, I'm a heavy eater. For breakfast, I often have 2 ham steaks, a side of hash brown potatoes, a quart of milk, and a dozen eggs.
Doesn't anybody ever send you a care package? Mrs. Wilkes, what did you have for breakfast?
A lemon water and herb tea.
That's pretty daring, isn't it, Mrs. Wilkes? Lemon water and herb tea. I used to know a fellow named Herb Tea. I wonder if he's any relation. Mrs. Wilkes, which garden club do you belong to?
The Los Angeles Garden Club, the Begonia Society, the Fuchsia Society, the Bulb Society, The Anthroposophical Society.
What was that last one?
Anthroposophical?
What does that mean?
That means the study of the higher culture of plants and all the things that go with the higher culture of plants.
Could I join one of your garden clubs?
We'd be delighted to have you.
Let's not overdo it. Are there many garden clubs around here, Mrs. Wilkes?
I'd say about 100.
100, eh? Why are there so many?
Oh, don't you know that gardening is one of the most important and popular pastimes in Southern California?
You're speaking, I presume, of outdoor pastimes. After all, Mrs. Wilkes, don't forget there's television. Well, you've been an unusual couple, and any time I want to get a pot of geranium, I'll visit Max Saloon. Now, you're all right. Let's see how you two are going to make out in the battle for $1,000. You're only $20 and they're more than our other couples. I can't tell you how much they won, but Mr. Fenneman is going to remind our listeners.
The movie location man and the housewife are leading now with $20.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected animals and birds and song. How much you going to bet? Talk it over. Your partner.
I think $15.
I think 15.
What flies over the white cliffs of Dover? This isn't a song now.
Do you know what it could be?
No, don't be thinking of Audubon. Be thinking of
I know.
songs.
I don't know the song.
Well, it's Bluebirds.
The Bluebirds, I'm sorry.
They have $5 now, Groucho.
All right, you have $5. How much you going to bet?
Let's bet.
Three. What kind of an animal ain't what she used to be?
The old gray mare.
The old gray mare is right.
You have $8.
You got $8. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 8 are you going to bet? $6. What sings in Berkeley Square? From a song.
Don't you know the song?
Well, it's a nightingale.
Nightingale, I'm sorry.
A nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. Yeah, but then you get a chance to sing on it.
They have $2
I think so beautifully.
They have $2 now.
Oh, they have $2. All right, it's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the $2 are you going to bet?
You'll bet the two, of course.
The $2. What came over the mountain to see what he could see?
The bear.
The bear is right. Here's one more chance to win some money. Get this one right, and I'll give you $10. No help in the audience, please. What kind of birds do you find on the Canary Islands? Canaries is right.
Well, you people wound up with $4. And that means our second couple, the location man and the housewife, with $20, get the chance at the $1,000 question.
All right, here we go for $1,000. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so think carefully and please no help in the audience. Here it is. 3 famous men are often referred to as the tongue, the sword, and the pen of the American Revolution. Patrick Henry was the tongue, Washington was the sword, but for $1,000, who was the pen? What is the answer you two have decided upon?
Franklin.
No. I'm sorry. It's Thomas Jefferson. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you cleaned up, didn't you? How much did they win in the quiz, George?
$20 in the quiz.
$20 in the quiz. Congratulations and thanks to both of you and to all of our contestants on the show tonight.
Your Life, starring Groucho Marx, has come to you through the facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio Service.
Well, sir, Mr. and Mrs. Victor Cook are settled snugly for a quiet evening at home as we join them in the living room of the small house halfway up in the next block now. The master of the menage, however, has just been compelled to put aside his newspaper and abandon his comfortable chair in order to answer the telephone's alarm. And he observes in complaining tones,
I'm the poor dupe that's always got to answer this lame brain thing.
Oh, why shouldn't you if you're the man?
Probably Ruthie wanted to chat.
No, it ain't Ruthie.
Hello? No. Huh?
YMCA.
Who is this?
YMCA watching the fat men play handball.
Oh, hello, Bluetooth. Haven't any idea. Say, where'd Russell
He's at
stay?
the YMCA watching the fat men play handball.
YMCA watching the fat men play handball, Bluetooth. Yeah. Bye.
You're getting to be an old Mr. Cranky.
I guess so. Well, I'm older than I used to be. Aha. Swipe my newspaper, huh?
An item here caught my eye.
How provoking life can be. I answer the telephone and chin with numbskulls who want somebody else, and while engaged in this wretched business, my wife appropriates my
I thought
newspaper.
there was something familiar about the way this article started out. Hasn't that woman gone home yet?
By that woman, I expect you allude to...
What's its name from the Bahama Islands? My golly, she's still here. She's still Miss Boopity-Woopity's house guest. What on earth's been the matter with the newspaper? Can't imagine what's its name being in the city and they're not printing an article about her every night.
Why are you vexed, upset, and annoyed? By George, women
Oh,
can certainly
yes,
be...
vexed, upset, and annoyed.
No, but
Listen to this. Miss Pom-Pom Cordova of Belmont Beach, Bahama Islands, who is the house guest of Miss Lolita de Rienzi of the Monte Carlo Apartments, entertained late diners in the Purple Room of the Butler House Hotel last evening with selections on the tropical guitar. Miss Cordova was warmly applauded.
She's quite a musician, I guess.
No, I thought she'd gone home.
I could have told you different than that.
You could.
I saw and talked to the young lady this afternoon.
Yeah?
It just happened that I had a case.
Why are you tittering like that?
Was I tittering? I'm sure I wasn't aware I
Where
was
did you see her?
tittering.
Down at the plant?
No. What happened was...
TV's dentist office.
Yes.
Lolita de Rienzi there, too?
Yes, she was.
When was this? This afternoon?
State, honey, are we having a conversation or am I being grilled by the state's attorney?
Do you drop into that dentist office every day?
No, I don't drop into that dentist office every day.
When were you there last?
Well, let's see. Not since Wednesday.
Wednesday of this week?
Why, kiddo, you pounced on me like a mountain lion.
Wednesday was just the day before yesterday.
Well, so what? Have I ever made a secret of the fact that I frequently look in on Doc Keeley? As you know, he's a candidate for membership in the Sacred Stars of the Milky Way. That, of course,
Was
establishes...
Tom there when you looked in Wednesday?
Oh, beg pardon?
Oh, yes, you heard me.
You inquired?
Yes, it's Pom-Pom was in the office when you dropped past day before yesterday.
She was, come to think of it.
And Lolita?
Yes, Lolita also happened to be present.
Well, it's certainly no business of mine what all you kiddies do. Only thing
Say,
is...
why do you take that ridiculous attitude? I bet you're forgetting that Pom-Pom Cordova is a bona fide, authentic member of the Sacred Stars of the Milky Way.
She cured E.W. Smith of Emporia, Kansas, of stealing horses.
Do you doubt that?
I'm not even concerned. The only thing I want...
The telephone is ringing. The telephone is ringing.
Answer it.
Okay. I was going to tell you something.
Yeah?
But now I don't think I will.
Why?
Because you persist
Something
in
about
taking
Pom-Pom Cordova?
Well, yes, as long as you choose to adopt fantastic and absurd views.
Telephone is ringing.
Probably Ruthie Stembottom.
No.
Hello? No, he's not. Oh, hello, Oyster. Why, I understand he's down to YMCA, Oyster. Yeah, watching the fat men play handball. Okay, Oyster.
You were going to tell me something, and now you don't think you will, huh?
Oh, let's forget this rubbish.
Was it something you and Pom-Pom talked about this afternoon?
It is something that you and I could get a hearty laugh out of and consider a funny joke if you didn't obstinately
Travel
insist
to
on...
Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy?
No.
Travel to Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul?
Oh, my.
Travel to Topeka, Kansas City, and Santa Fe?
Kiddo, listen to yourself.
Oh, but you're always talking about those big dental clinics all over the earth where Dr. Keeley wants to take you and Pom-Pom and Lolita to show your wonderful teeth, and just naturally, I suppose.
Well, Don't just naturally suppose anymore. You'll bring on a headache.
I don't know why I'm doing all this talking. I certainly don't care a dime's worth.
No, kiddo, your trouble is that
I haven't got any trouble.
No, but what I mean
Don't be telling
is
me what my trouble is.
Okay.
What is my trouble?
All women crave drama in their lives. Now, here you are, a housewife, and things run along pretty much the same. Stuff gets a little stale. So you enjoy needling up the situation by pretending that I flirt with the pretty girls and making eyes at the glamorous ladies that I meet.
Oh, ish, glamorous ladies. You go right ahead and make eyes at the glamorous ladies. What were you going to tell me about Pom Pom?
I thought we agreed to drop the subject.
No, but as long as you started.
I didn't start. I never opened my trap.
No, but you got a person's curiosity all aroused.
You said you weren't the least bit concerned.
I'm not. Only after giggling and making faces and winking and smirking, it's not fair to duck out and just...
I giggled and made faces and winked and smirked.
Yes.
All right.
You tell.
Yes.
Going to travel to Wichita, Minneapolis, and New York?
Shall I tell?
Sure.
This afternoon, when I dropped in the dentist's office, I found Doc Keevy chatting with Mr. Rienza and Miss Cordova.
Uh-huh.
I hadn't seen Miss Cordova for some time, so
you saw her Wednesday.
Oh, that's right, I did. I did see her Wednesday.
Uh-huh. Well, you hadn't seen her for this terrible long time, so...
Say, if you're going to...
Go ahead.
Where was I?
In the dentist's office talking with Pom Pom after your long separation. Oh, ish, go ahead.
Miss Cordova, being a member of the Sacred Stars of the Milky Way, and mighty proud of it, is always mighty gracious to me, out of deference to my being the exalted Big Dipper of the Drowsy Venus chapter.
Sure.
Well, this afternoon she paid me a very nice compliment.
Oh, really?
I know in advance you'll find it absurd. She thinks I'm musical.
Musical?
Pom Pom thinks I'm a musical man.
Pom Pom thinks I'm a musical man.
Well, she does.
Pom Pom thinks I'm a musical man.
Brother Gook, she says.
Brother Gook?
Remember the brothers in the lodge.
You and Pom Pom are brothers?
Brothers in the lodge.
Uh-huh. Yes, in the lodge.
Brother Gook, she says, I can tell by your hands and your facial expression and by 100 other characteristics that you're musically inclined. Naturally, I was flattered.
Why, sure.
Of course, I had to hasten to admit that I can't tell one note from the other. Well, her thought was, kiddo, that we could play duets together.
Oh?
She offered to teach me to play.
Handsome of her.
Yes, I thought so.
You could play your duets at lodge meetings and places.
Uh-huh.
Play your duets for late diners in the Purple Room of the Butterhouse Hotel nights.
And now you're just joking.
No. I bet there'd be warm applause. Is it pretty hard to learn to play the tropical guitar?
Well, yes, I guess so. Fact of the matter is, Pom Pom didn't have the tropical guitar in mind for me.
No?
I guess two tropical guitars don't make a very good duet.
What did Pom Pom have in mind for you?
Another musical instrument.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
What other musical instrument?
Every drift flute.
What?
Every drift flute.
I can't tell what you're saying.
Carribean dream float.
No.
Caribbean dream float.
Caribbean dream flute.
Caribbean dream float.
My husband is going to play duets with Pom Pom Cordova of the Bahama Islands. Pom Pom's going to play the tropical guitar, and my husband's going to play the Caribbean dream flute.
It's Duffy's Tavern, brought to you transcribed by the National Broadcasting Company with Charlie Cantor as Finnegan, Hazel Sherman as Miss Duffy, Pat Pichon at the piano, and starring Archie himself, Ed Gardner.
Quiet, everybody. Hello, Duffy's Tavern, where the elite meets to eat. Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. I sound a little tired?
Well, it's been a rough night, you know. For the last 3 hours, I've been throwing Herbie the midget out of the joint. Why does it take so long? Well, it's kind of windy outside, and Herbie keeps blowing back in. But leave it to me, Duffy. He won't blow back in no more. I finally slid him out the door, rolled him over to the gutter, and lashed him to Moriarty. What else is new? Oh, I got a surprise. One of my old grammar school teachers is coming down here tonight. Yeah, Teresa Tompkins. Uh-huh. Old turkey neck herself. What? That's a disrespectful thing to say? Well, all right. If any turkeys is listening in, I apologize. Huh? Well, she's making a tour to check up on her old pupils, so she's been visiting Manhattan, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Leavenworth. Yeah, she's got pupils everywhere, in medicine, in science, in solitary. Huh? Well, look, I'll call you back. Miss Duffy.
Yeah?
Guess who's coming down here tonight?
Well, can you give me a hint?
Well, leave us say that she has put more ideas in me head than any other woman.
Who is it, Peaches Latour, the striptease?
Miss Duffy, I'm referring to teaching, not basic training. It's Miss Tompkins from me grammar school, me old tutress. And a dame that learned me everything that I know. And you know what she's doing now?
Hiding?
No. She's paying a visit to all the former pupils of the class of 6A, you know, to see how we've turned out.
Well, why don't you turn on the radio and just listen to police calls?
Good old Tompkins, a real schoolmarm, you know, the kind with the black taffeta dress and the high collar and the leg of lamb sleeves and the pinch-nosed glasses and hanging from her neck, you know, the little cameo brooch.
And dangling from her wrist the little rubber hose.
Miss Duffy, Miss Tompkins never spanked me with no rubber hose.
What did she use?
Well, she knew that I liked to travel, so she used to wrap up a blackjack in an old National Geographic magazine. Teresa Tompkins. Oh, old turkey neck herself.
Turkey neck. Is that what they call them?
Well, just behind her back, of course. And Fats, guess who gave it a name?
You little devil, you.
Of course, I had a couple of other names for her, but Turkey Neck was the only one I could write on a blackboard.
Well, didn't you know your handwriting?
I tricked her. I wrote it left-handed. You know, incognito. Yeah, the name stuck to the old bat all these years. Well, enough of them cherished memories. It's time to spick and span up the joint. This place looks like a graveyard.
Hello, what?
Oh, hiya, Finnegan.
What's new in the world?
Yours or ours?
No. I mean, I hear old Turkey Neck Tompkins is coming down here tonight.
That's right.
Boy, how I hate that thing. I hate it. All day long she'd pick on me, always nagging. Clifton, let me see your nails. Clifton, where are your shoes? Clifton, stop chewing tobacco. Clifton, you forgot to shave again. Anybody would think I was married to this girl.
Well, you could have been. You was just about the age for each other.
And another thing, she was always keeping me after school. Like the time just before summer vacation when she says to me, Clifton, you stay after school and don't dare leave this room until you can think some nice thoughts about your teacher.
Well?
How would you like to spend July and August in a deserted schoolhouse?
Well, tell me, why did she keep you after school?
Oh, for nothing, Arch. You remember Lana Quatfazel?
Lana Quatfazel, which Lana Quatfazel was that?
You know, the one from Washington Avenue.
Oh, that one, yeah. Yeah, the big, skinny, bow-legged dame.
Yeah, the one that played the cello.
With them legs, what else?
Yeah. Well, remember how her mother always used to wash her hair with kerosene?
Yeah?
Well, I used to sit right behind her, so one day during geography, I happened to be lighting a cigar.
Hey. The cigar and the kerosene. Finnegan, don't tell me you crematoried the dame.
Why, certainly not. I wouldn't do a thing like that.
Oh, that's good.
I just gave her a singe.
But, Finnegan, how did you put the fire out?
Oh, that's where I was smart.
Yeah, huh?
I had the presence of mind to spill the inkwell over her head.
And a little thing like that got old turkey neck mad?
Yeah. Can you imagine getting mad over a little spilled ink?
Well, maybe she wanted to be a lesson. She wanted to teach you not to waste things.
Oh, the ink wasn't wasted. If I had to write something, I'd dip me pen in Lana's head.
Well, irregardless of whether or not we like turkey neck or otherwise, Leva's tried to show her that the time we wasted with her was not in vain. Hey, wait a minute. What are you sneering at, Miss Duffy?
This is the free country. I got a right to sneer, ain't I?
Look, with a school teacher coming down here tonight, if you don't mind, we'd like to avoid the use of the word ain't.
Oh, yeah? What should I have said?
You should have said I got a right to sneer isn't. I got a right to sneer aren't. Aren't? No. And another thing, the use of whom and who.
Look at who's criticizing.
Look at whom is criticizing. Besides, I ain't just criticizing, I'm telling you.
There, you said it yourself. I ain't just criticizing.
But you notice I was careful to use it after an adverb. Not after a particle. What do you think I studied all them years for?
All them years for.
What's so funny?
You just ended a sentence with a preposition.
That's all I had left over.
Oh, Archie, what you don't know about grammar would fill a book.
Oh, yeah? Swim, swam, swum.
What's that?
Who knows? It's grammar. And tonight I want everybody in the joint to use as much grammar as possible. Now, let's see. When Tompkins walks in, she'll probably say, good evening to you, Archie. What do I say?
Swim, swam, swum.
Don't be smart. Let me see. I could say, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Here I am, Mike.
Oh. What's the use?
Oh, Archie, who are you trying to fool? Don't you think your teacher knows what everybody else knows?
What?
That PS4 turned out nothing but bums.
Duffy, that statement could be construed as libelous. Lots of them guys went on to big things in life from PS4. Granville Schultz, for instance. Started as a humble shad roe packer at the Fulton Fish Market. What is he today? The top spot in pickled herring. And Buddy Priceman, merely the head of the music department for the Salvation Army. And speaking of armies, what about Top Sergeant Skinny Ryan?
Skinny Ryan? They kicked him out of the Army.
Oh, yeah, but why? The government's been disposing of surplus Army goods since 1945. Skinny was disposing of them 2 years before the war was over. The guy was way ahead of his time. You're telling me that PS4 guys are just a bunch of bums.
Hey, Art, remember that song I wrote for the school?
The school song? Yeah, how did it go again?
Oh, don't you remember? The PS4 with blood and gore, Diana will come through fire, will bring thee fame, win every game. 3 cheers for Abbott Costello.
Herbert Hoover.
It was the only thing that did rhyme.
Maybe you better play your school song.
I just found joy. I'm as happy as a baby boy, with another brand new choo-choo toy. When I'm with my sweet Lorraine, a pair of eyes that are bluer than the summer sky. When you see them, you will realize why I love my sweet Lorraine. When it's raining, I don't miss the sun, 'cause it's in my baby's smile. And to think I'm the lucky one that will lead her down the aisle. Each night I pray that no one will steal her heart away. Just can't wait until that lucky day when I marry sweet Lorraine.
Yeah? Miss Tompkins should be here any minute now. How far did you get with dusting the tables?
A layer and a half.
But the dirt wasn't that deep.
Then how come I'm beginning to find Confederate money?
Probably old tips. We used to have a nearsighted waiter during the Civil War.
You mean we're going to eat off the table tonight?
Yeah, which reminds me, I want you to watch your table manners.
What do you mean?
I mean, in case Miss Tompkins asked you to pass your plate, it don't mean that she wants you to take your teeth out. And no calling a turkey neck to her face, too. Incidentally, Miss Duffy, you could watch your etiquette a little, too.
And what's wrong with my etiquette?
I happened to watch you at lunch today.
So what?
When dunking a donut, it is considered improper to submerge below the elbow. After all, we're not boiling coffee around here just to de-sterilize your meat hooks. Another thing I forgot, Fats, by now the old lady must be pretty rickety and shaky, so try to find her a steady chair, one with at least 3 legs.
Okay, say, how old is she anyhow?
Oh, Fats, she's got antique jewelry.
Well, lots of people got antique jewelry.
She got hers when it was new. Wait a minute. Speak of the devil. Here she comes now.
Well, Archie, after all these years.
Well, if it ain't Miss Tompkins.
Isn't.
It isn't Miss Tompkins?
Of course it is.
Well, make up your mind, will you? Of course, I'm glad to see you again. Isn't it?
It certainly is. And my, how you've grown up.
Thank you.
Where's the little Archie that I used to hold on my lap?
If I may be pardoned the fat joke, where's the lap you used to hold me on?
Tell me, Archie, are you married?
No, sir, still a Benedictine. I always said if I don't marry Miss Tompkins, I ain't gonna marry nobody.
What?
I'm sorry. I mean, I isn't gonna marry nobody.
Well, tell me, Archie, are you still keeping up with your reading?
Oh, carnivorously. Mostly the classics, of course.
The classics?
Yeah, the classics. Them little books with no pictures and a small type. Byron and Tennyson, Sheets, Kelly, Socrates, Aristotle. At the moment, I happen to be reading Plutarch's Lives. Yeah, I love them books, them classics.
Hey, Arch.
Well,
Well, if it isn't Clifton Finnegan.
Well, look who's here. Hiya, Tucky Neck.
Look, how can you be such a jerk? Now apologize to the teacher immediately.
Well, okay. I'm sorry.
Just a minute. I'm sorry. What?
I'm sorry, Turkey Neck.
Mr. Finnegan, don't you realize that it's rude to make fun of people's infirmities? Do you think that Miss Tompkins asked Mother Nature for a face that looks like a road map of Mongolia? By the way, Miss Tompkins, did you ever find out who wrote Turkey Neck Tompkins on the blackboard that day?
No, but if I ever do, I'll give him the whipping of his life.
Uh-huh. Got any clues who done it?
Only one. Whoever wrote it was a moron.
Just a second. How do you know?
By the way he spelled turkey. Toikey.
Well, them was the days, wasn't they?
Hey, look, Miss Tompkins, I got a bone to pick with you.
Finnegan, use your head.
This is a different kind of a bone. Miss Tompkins, you made me pretty mad one day. I didn't do a thing and you made me sit with a girl to punish me.
That was to punish the girls.
Well, either way, it was very embarrassing.
Incidentally, Miss Tompkins, I often wonder what happened to that dame you used to make me sit with there.
Now, who was that?
What was her name again? Henrietta Krause.
Henrietta Krause.
Remember the redhead that was always showing off?
Oh, yes. I saw Henrietta about a year ago. She's married and has 12 children.
Mm-hmm. Well, once a show-off, always a show-off. And whatever happened to that dame that used to sit next to her, you know, the little Greek dame that was always peeling bananas and putting them in the aisles?
Poinsettia Populus?
Yeah, that's it.
I saw her just last week. She's working at the Gaiety Burlesque.
Still peeling them and putting them in the aisle.
Well, that's one way of putting it.
Another way of taking it off. Yeah, Miss Tompkins, there's nothing like a sense of humor.
There's nothing like yours.
There, Mr. Archie.
Yes, Meadows?
The cuisine has been served, Your Majesty.
Well, top hole, Meadows. In honor of our guest, I trust you have prepared a real delicacy?
It's so delicate we have to talcum it every half hour.
That's delicate, huh? Breast of pig's feet?
On the glass, naturally.
Well, they sound very tasty, Montgomery. How do they smell?
Why do you think I put them on the glass?
Well, Miss Tompkins, shall we while away to the table and bloat ourselves on goodies?
Archie, don't try to fool me.
What do you mean?
All this big talk. It's quite obvious that this place is nothing but a dirty dive.
Just a second. I resent that.
Do you deny it?
No, but I resent it. It happens that all this dirt that you see around here is just a decoy. This is really a high-class intellectual joint. Now, take tonight. Do you know what we're having here?
A dust storm?
No. An open forum, a round-table discussion group. Does that hit you between the cerebellums?
An open forum here.
The openest. We discuss nothing but international affairs, you know, things like foreign policies, the problem of feeding the plebiscites, which way Baffinland will go, to the right or to the left, things like why Coolidge won't run, and the Ubangi problem. Will they be helped or hindered by the bottleneck? You know, it's what we call our Duffy's Tavern round table discussion.
I see. Sort of an information please, with flies.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that's pretty sharp for school, Mom. I'm glad that all that teaching ain't stunted your mentals. Yeah, it'll be fun to have you sit in with our board of experts. Now, facts. Remember, if you get stuck on one of them international questions, all you have to do is what all the commentators do when they get stuck.
What's that?
Well, you say very confidentially, my only answer to this question is, leave us keep our eyes on the Balkans.
What happens in the Balkans?
Nothing. There's too many eyes on them.
Hey, look, can I get in on this open forum?
Finnegan, this is a round table. It is not open to squares.
Well, but look, I want to show off in front of Turkey Neck, too.
Well, okay, but lay off that turkey neck. If the dame ever found out I was the guy that wrote it on the blackboard, she'd malfeast me.
Okay, Arch.
Okay, now hand me the gravel.
Oh, here it is.
Thank you. Quiet, please. Now, fellow intellectuals, Duffy's Tavern, round table, open discussion, open forum, will now go into confinement. Our board of experts tonight consists of Miss Duffy, Civilian Defense Authority, well known for her activities during practice blackouts. Mr. Clifton Finnegan, expert on the Far East and author of 25 Ways to Throw a Yo-Yo. And our special guest tonight, Miss Teresa Tompkins, courtesy of the Board of Education. Now, Miss Tompkins' opinions are her own, and she bears no resemblance to any person living or dead. Now, our first question comes from Africa, from the nearsighted big game hunter, No Toes Johnson. Mr. Johnson wants to know who should control the Suez Canal. Miss Duffy?
Oh, well, I think a fair division would be to split the Suez between the Atlantic and the Pacific.
The Atlantic and Pacific, are you inferring to the ocean or to the tea company?
Yes.
A well-taken point, Miss Duffy. But on the other hand, is it not true that the Suez, in that case, would be subject to sanctions, which, in turn, would be subject to the gold standard, thus weakening Southern Europe or the soft underbelly of Winston Churchill? Does that answer your question, Mr. Finnegan?
Yes, but I still say that I'm in favor of statehood for Saskatchewan.
I'm afraid I'll have to disagree.
I'll go along with that.
Finnegan, you just disagreed with yourself.
Can you think of anyone who's better qualified?
But, gentlemen, don't forget we have to watch the wind to see which way the straws blow. Now, take Russia.
You take Russia.
What about Russia?
Well, Stalin's got one eye on the west and one eye on the east. And you know what that means.
It means that he's cockeyed.
I'll go along with that. But what about Alaska?
Alaska?
Yes.
My worthy colleague. Alaska don't need a canal. Not nearly as bad as we do. After all, they have the Northwest Passage.
Ah, but suppose that clogs up?
Then they still have the Chilkoot Pass. I think that answers the question what to do with the canal.
Now the question is what to do with the answer.
Perhaps we should have another question.
I can see that Miss Tompkins like to live dangerously.
Well, perhaps we are impressing Miss Tompkins. Miss Duffy, read the next question.
The next question is submitted by Mr. R.J. of Cape Cod, a fish scale scraper and part-time hermit. Mr. R.J. would like to know, what can we do with isolationism?
Isolationism, huh? Mr. Finnegan.
I say we should stay out of it.
I object.
I'll go along with that.
Just a minute. I'm afraid that you people is ignoring the desperate crisis in the Crimea. Also, what about Tito being threatened by the Dardanelles? And what about the oil situation in Iran?
Well, what about it?
The British are losing their plants. Which points up the most pressing question of all.
What's that?
Is Russia about to go communist?
Keen thinking, Arch. Spoken like a true Tory.
Finnegan, you're talking like an idiot.
I'll go along with that.
Well, what do you think, Miss Tompkins? What's the matter, Miss Tompkins? Cat got your tongue? Maybe we better try an easier question. Give her an easy one, Miss Duffy.
The next question was sent in by Bill and Jane, who are celebrating their first wedding anniversary and want to know if we'll play Mexicali Road.
Miss Duffy, cut out the kidding, will you, and give us the next question.
Okay, the next question. Which way will Yugoslavia go?
Yugoslavia? They ain't got no place to go. They're all surrounded by Balkans.
Yes, but how long will that condition prevail?
In my estimation, that is horse and buggy thinking.
Mostly buggy.
I'll go along with that.
Yugoslavia can only conquer the Balkans if they string along with Graustark and the high tariff crowd. If not, they might as well give the country back to Turkey.
To what?
You heard me, Turkey. T-O-I-K-E-Y. Turkey.
T-O-Y-K-E-Y. That's all I wanted to know.
Please, Miss Tompkins.
Turkey Neck Tompkins, is it? Give me that gavel. Now take that.
Ow!
That.
Ow!
And so our forum comes to a friendly conclusion. Like all open forums.
I'll go along with that.
Sophie's Tavern, transcribed on NBC, is produced by Edward F. Gardner and written by Larry Rhymes.
It's new. It's amazing. It's Prell, P-R-E-L-L, Procter & Gamble's new Radiant Cream Shampoo in the handy tube. Prell brings you The Life of Riley. Prell, the shampoo that removes unsightly dandruff in as little as 3 minutes, leaves hair more radiantly clean, radiantly lovely, presents The Life of Riley, with William Bendix as Riley. Statistics show that the average American family reads 25 books a year, and the Rileys, being pretty average, bear out that figure. Wife Peg reads about 6 books a year, Junior 4, and Babs 15, which makes a total of 25. Add to this the number of books that Riley reads, and you have a grand total of 25. At this very moment, however, Riley is actually reading a book.
In other words, the whole basis for a successful marriage...
Say, Pop, could you... Pop, what are you doing with that book?
Well, what do you think I'm doing with it? I'm reading it.
You're reading? Gee.
Now, stop bothering me, Junior.
Junior, did you see my... Oh, Daddy, please put down that book. You know you shouldn't swat flies with a book.
I'm not swatting flies, Babs. I'm reading.
You're reading?
Yes.
Oh, Riley, dear, are you... Well, Riley, don't tell me you're actually...
Yes, I'm reading. What's the matter? Can't a guy curdle up with a good book?
I'm just a little surprised. The last time I saw you with a book was last summer when you pressed a flower.
Oh. Very funny. This happens to be a book every married man ought to read.
Oh, what is it?
It's called How to Choose a Mate.
Oh. Well, aren't you reading it just about 18 years too late?
Well, I ain't picking a mate for myself. I'm already trapped.
Thank you, dear.
I mean, I'm trapped, but I love it. I'm picking a mate for Babs.
For Babs? A mate? For me?
Now, please, stay out of this, Babs. This is no concern of yours.
Oh, honest, Riley.
Well, Babs can use that book. I've seen some of the goons she goes out with.
Oh, shut up, Junior.
Yeah, the boy's talking sense. This here book gives you a list of all the qualities a good mate should have. It's scientific.
Well, don't you think love enters into it?
We're talking about marriage. Why drag love into it? Now, with this book, I can find the perfect mate for Babs.
Riley, Babs is only 17.
Oh, kid, that's just it. Soon she gets interested in boys. And when girls get interested in boys, what happens?
Well, you see, Pop...
What do you know about it?
Nothing.
Well, see to it that you keep on knowing nothing for the next 7 years.
Daddy, you can stop reading that book right now. I have no intention of getting married for a long time. And when I do, I'll pick my own husband.
Well, sure, Babs, but first thing we got to do is make up a little questionnaire for your boyfriends to fill out, see?
I won't stand for it. I just won't. Oh, Riley, put that ridiculous book away and stop trying to make Babs into an FBI agent. You're her father, not J. Edgar Hoover.
Well, if that's the way you feel about it, okay. Let Babs pick her own husband. Let her marry some poor schmo who ain't got a nickel to his name. And when he moves into our house and I have to support him and give up my room to him, well, I have to laugh on you. Ha, ha, ha.
Hey there, Riley. Out catching some air?
I don't need to catch it, Gillis. Peg and Babs just gave it to me.
What happened?
Oh, I try to be helpful, and they turn on me. You know what Peg said?
How should I know what Peg said? I ain't the type person goes snooping around, eavesdropping on his next-door neighbor.
She said some pretty mean things to me, and I told her off plenty.
You was right. It ain't fair you should have to give up your room to Babs' husband, that schmo.
Gillis, you heard.
Accidental, I swear. I just happened to come out to sit on the porch and relax. Riley, I wish you'd get a new rocking chair. It hurts my back.
Okay, I'll get one. After all, my Babs is growing up. I just want to see when the time comes that she gets the right husband. Like it says in this book here, see? Qualifications for the ideal mate. You know, like me and Peg are.
Like you and who?
Peg, you know, my wife.
Riley, you don't think... Give me that book a minute.
Well,
where's that list? Oh, here.
What are you doing?
Qualifications for the perfect mate. Listen to this, Riley.
What for? Peg adores me. She's crazy about me.
Number one, the perfect mate is a good provider.
Peg loves me.
2, the perfect mate is kind and generous.
Peg likes me.
3, the perfect mate is always truthful.
I'm one of her closest acquaintances.
4, the perfect mate...
give me that book. What are you trying to do? Break up our marriage? Every man, there's a woman.
Riley.
I'm taking a bath, Dumpling.
Well, hurry up. I have something to tell you.
Okay, I'll be out soon. For every man, there's a woman. For every Riley, there's a Peg. Oh, that Gillis, always trying to worry you guys. Ooh, what a stiff brush. Well, he don't bother me none. I'm doing okay.
Riley.
Who said that?
It's me, Riley. Your conscience.
Don't look, I'm naked.
Don't worry. I live in your head. It's pretty naked up here, too.
Go away, Conscience. Let me alone.
Riley, Gillis was right.
No, he wasn't. I'm a perfect mate.
Are you sure? Item 1. The perfect mate is a good provider.
I'm a good provider. Every week I bring Peg home $54 in my pay envelope.
How much did you bring home last week?
$39.
What did you do with the other 15?
I bought a piece of meat for dinner.
For $15?
Yeah, there was a sale.
You're lying, Riley.
All right, so I bought a new pair of pants. I'm entitled to it. I had to get rid of the old ones. After all, he ain't wearing bell-bottom trousers anymore.
Always thinking of yourself. You don't love anybody except Riley. Which brings us to item 5. The perfect mate is affectionate.
I'm very affectionate.
Are you? When was the last time you took Peg in your arms and said, I love you?
Well, it was last... the other... I remember, on our honeymoon.
That was 18 years ago.
Well, I've been busy. I had other things to do. I raised 2 kids.
Which brings us to item 6. The perfect mate never nags his children.
But
the perfect mate is never jealous of his wife.
But...
The perfect mate has a sense of humor when things go wrong.
But...
Well, what have you got to say for yourself?
But...
You're no bargain, Riley.
All right, so I ain't a perfect mate. Let me alone.
What are you going to do about it?
I don't know. Let me think. Get out of my head, Conscience.
I'll never get out of your head.
Okay, stay there. But I'm warning you. One more crack and I'll stick my head under the water and drown you. Peg.
Well, it's about time you got out of that bath. What took you so long?
Well, I was reading this book, Peg.
In the bathtub?
Yeah, I read better underwater. Peg, there's a list in this book.
Oh, Riley, throw that silly book away and stop worrying about Babs. After all, she's still an adolescent.
It ain't Babs. This time I'm worried about a middle-aged adolescent.
Well, I haven't time to talk now. I gotta prepare dinner. Sidney will be here soon.
Sidney?
And I want...
Sidney Monahan. He's in town? He's coming here?
Well, yes. He phoned while you were in the tub. And, you know, Sidney, as usual, he didn't make a reservation in a hotel, so...
So you invited him here?
I didn't. He invited himself.
Well, you could have told him our house burnt down.
Oh, but I answered the phone.
Well, you should have told him the phone was the only thing we saved from the fire. You don't use your head, Peg.
Oh, Riley.
I don't like this Monahan making a hotel out of this house just because you're an old flame of his.
Why, Riley, you're jealous. Oh.
Who's jealous? Me? I'm laughing.
Well, you got nothing to be jealous about. But please, when Sidney gets here, try to be pleasant to him.
Well, I'll be pleasant. Why shouldn't I be? Only it beats me what a nice girl like you ever saw in a mug like Monahan. Boy, are you lucky you married a mug like me.
Well, aren't you the modest one? A girl could do a lot worse than marry Sidney.
Well, what did you see in him? I don't know. He's not my type.
Well, Sidney's very nice. He's got a wonderful sense of humor.
Sense of humor.
And he's kind and considerate.
Oh, kind.
And he's successful. He'd be a good provider.
Wait a minute. Did you say sense of humor, kind, and good provider?
Yes. What are you looking in that book for?
Peg, tell me, is he also intelligent, a good mixer, tactful, loyal, and neat?
Yes, I'd say so.
Oh.
And one thing about Sidney, he's very ambitious and hard-working and a go-getter.
Wait, Peg, you're on the next page already.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. I think I'll take a walk.
Well, Riley, what's wrong?
Nothing. I just want to blow my brains out with some fresh air. It's you again. Let me alone, I told you.
You're in trouble.
I'm not.
Admit the truth.
There's nothing to admit.
Admit it.
All right, I'll admit it. Monahan's the perfect mate for Peg.
Yes, he's the one she should have married.
Now he's coming to stay with us. Peg will look at him, and then she'll look at me. And...
What a revolting development this is.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, we'll bring you the second act of the life of Riley in a moment. From Atlantic to Pacific, folks are saying, Prell's terrific. Yes, everywhere it's
P-R-E-L-L, Prell Shampoo.
Yes, Procter & Gamble's Radiant Cream Shampoo in the handy tube. Prell is a hit everywhere for two reasons.
First, Prell spells glamour for dull, drab hair, because Prell leaves hair more radiant than any soap shampoo. It can't leave a dulling soap film. Prell brings out those glorious natural highlights, leaves hair soft and smooth, easy to manage.
Second, in as little as 3 minutes, Prell removes unsightly dandruff, and regular shampoos control it. Doctors' examinations proved it.
What's more, Prell goes farther than any known shampoo, cream, or liquid, because it's more concentrated.
So try the shampoo in the handy tube. For hair radiantly lovely, free of unsightly dandruff, try Prell.
P-R-E-L-L, Prell Shampoo. Leaves hair radiant, gleaming bright. Not a bit of dandruff is in sight. Comes in a tube, handy too. P-R-E-L-L, Prell Shampoo.
Buy Prell Shampoo. And now back to the life of Riley with William Bendix as Riley. And it's a life which is now complicated by the arrival of one Sidney Monahan, who, according to Riley's researches, is the perfect mate for Peg.
Peg, I just can't get over it. I just can't believe 18 years have passed. You haven't changed a bit.
Oh, quit kidding, Sidney.
No, I mean it. You look like a young girl. Is this the mother of 2 children? No.
Boy, is he dumb, Peg. He thinks the stork brought beds to children.
Riley.
Peg, you don't look a day older since I last saw you. You still have that same wonderful complexion. Like the bloom on a peach.
Oh, thank you, Sidney. Riley, why don't you ever say sweet things like that to me?
Because you don't give me free dinners. I have to pay for mine.
Oh, Peg, this big lug don't appreciate you. I told you should have married me.
Don't you say that, Monahan.
Riley.
Well, I'm just kidding, pal.
Mother, can Junior and I go to the movies tonight? Oh, no, Babsy. You went to the movies last night. Money doesn't grow on trees, you know.
Oh, let us go, Mom. There's a swell bill.
No, dear.
Peggy Pie, you won't mind. Kids, this treat is on Sidney. Here, get load seats and buy yourselves a box of chocolate. Huh?
Oh, boy, thanks, Sidney.
Oh, thank you, Sidney. Is it all right to take it, Daddy?
No, you give it back this minute.
Okay. Will you give us the money, Pop?
Well, I guess it's all right this time.
Riley.
But remember, Monahan, this is only a loan. I got some pride, you know. The kids will pay you back.
Say, talking of movies, did you hear the one about the old maid who sat down in a movie and suddenly she yelled, "Usher, usher, help, there's a man in my seat." And the usher said, "Well, what do you want me to do, madam?" And the old maid said, "Tie his legs, he wants to leave."
Boy,
that was a good one.
Where do you get all these funny stories?
Oh, I just made it up.
Oh, Sidney, you got such a wonderful sense. Riley, where are you going?
Oh, just out for a walk.
But, dear.
4 is company, 5's a crowd.
Riley.
Leave me alone, Conscience. I've got a headache.
Riley, do something about Monahan.
Stop pestering me. I ain't going to listen to you. You don't even exist. Give me an aspirin, will you?
Go buy some.
And lend me a dime.
I don't exist. You want him to steal the affection of your wife and children. Remember, he's the perfect mate.
I know. Oh, all right, tell me what to do.
Be as good a man as Monahan. You, too, can be the perfect mate.
You're right. Whatever Monahan does, I'll do better.
That's the idea. Be kinder, more affectionate, more generous.
Leave it to me. I'll start tomorrow.
Tomorrow may be too late. Do it now.
Now, yeah. Right away. I'll show 'em.
Well, Riley, you weren't gone very long.
No, and you know something, Peg? You don't look a day older since I last saw you. I can hardly believe 18 years have passed. You look so young. Are you the mother of my 2 children? No.
Riley, what are you...
And your complexion, like the fuzz on a peach.
What on earth are you talking about?
Well, I said...
Riley, take some aspirin and lie down.
I can't. He won't lend me a dime. I mean, I'm okay.
Well, you don't sound it. Well, come on, Junior. If we're going to the movies, we better hurry.
Now, speaking of the movies, I heard a funny story about this old maid who started to yell, "Help, usher! There's a man in my seat." And the usher says, "What do you want me to do?" And the old maid said, "Tie your legs. I'm trying to leave." Don't you get it? Oh, you don't think I'm funny. You think Sidney's funny. You laugh at his jokes.
Riley.
Well, I don't need you to laugh at my jokes. I don't need any of you. I can laugh at my own jokes. Oh, what a mess. They're probably sitting in the living room right now laughing at me. Well, I'll show 'em. He laughs best who laughs last.
You're telling me. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, it's you.
Yes, 'tis I indeed. Digby O'Dare, the friendly undertaker. Greetings, Riley. You're looking... You look dreadful.
Digger, did you ever think you got rid of a guy for good and then suddenly he came back?
No, when I do a job, I do it.
Well, it's that Monahan, you know, Peg's old boyfriend. He's staying with us, that no-good phony.
Riley, you're jealous.
Well, I got a right to be jealous. You see, Digger, he'd be much better for Peg than me. I ain't right for Peg. We ain't a bit alike.
Don't you know that opposites attract? Now, my wife and I, we're divinely happy. But do you know what she was when we got married? A lifeguard.
But this Monahan, he keeps flattering Peg and he gives the kids money. He's digging the ground from under me.
Everybody wants to get into the act. Riley, you must protect your happy home. Go to this scoundrel. Bid him be gone.
You're right, Digger. I'll do it tomorrow.
Now, at once. In my profession, we have a saying. Never put off till tomorrow who you can put away today. Well, cheerio. I'd better be shoveling off.
Oh, Sidney!
In here, Peggy Pie.
Sidney, did you... Why, Sidney, you're packing.
Yes, this time I was off.
Oh, but your train doesn't leave till Wednesday, you said.
I'll stay at a hotel downtown.
Oh, but it's only for a few days. You might as well...
No, Peg, it's better this way. Haven't you noticed how Riley's been acting? Why, that big dope is actually jealous of me.
Oh, it's not serious. He's always been jealous of you.
Yeah, I know. Even at your wedding, remember? He let all the ushers kiss you after the ceremony, but when it came to my turn, he made me kiss him.
Oh, well, I kind of like his being jealous.
But this time he's got it bad. By the big lug, really miserable.
Honest?
Hmm?
Oh, well, then I better talk to him and tell him how ridiculous he is. Oh, I never heard of such nonsense.
Oh, Peg, with Riley talking doesn't do any good. Now, take a tip from me. You want some peace of mind, be extra sweet to him. You know, lay it on thick.
Well, if you think it'll ease that mind of his, I'll try it.
There he is. Go on now. Cheer him up and I'll finish packing.
All right. See you later, Sidney.
Oh, here you are, Peg. Peg,
Hello, sweetheart.
Peg, You talking to me?
Well, who else would I be calling sweetheart? Oh, you look tired, dear. Sit down. Oh, no, not over there. Here on the couch, beside me.
Oh. Well, gee, Peg, why aren't you nice to me like this all the time? I don't think you love me anymore.
Why, darling, how can you say that?
Oh, I don't blame you. After all, I just ain't the right kind of mate for you. Peg, you can leave me any time you want. I'll treat you fair. I won't ask for too much alimony.
Now, dear, you know you're just talking nonsense. Why, as far as I'm concerned, you're the perfect husband.
Perfect? Am I really?
Of course, darling. I wouldn't change you for any man in the world.
Not even Cary Grant?
Cary Grant, he can't compare to you.
Well.
So you get these crazy ideas out of your head.
And you really love me?
Of course I do.
Well, then, Peg, talk to me like you used to.
What do you mean, Dick?
Well, you know, like we did on our honeymoon. Huh?
Oh, don't be silly, dear. We're an old married couple now.
I knew it. You don't love me.
Oh. Well, all right.
Well, go on. Go on, say it.
Does Wiley Piley love his widow Peggy Weggy?
Who knows Wiley Piley loves his widow Tootsie Whatsie?
Ooh, is my widow yummy, yummy?
Ooh, is my widow yummy, yummy, yummy?
Ooh, is my widow yummy, yummy, yummy?
Hey, Pa. Beat it, Junior. Your mother and me are on our honeymoon.
Sorry. Can Widow Junior Punior have a nickel with
I just gave you a nickel wickle. Just. Hey, he's making fun of me.
Well, it's your own fault. You asked for it.
I don't care. It was worth it. Because now I know you're still crazy about me. Oh, what a dope I was. I actually thought that... Hey, that reminds me. I got some unfinished business to finish. Monahan!
In here, Riley.
Monahan, I'm giving you 10 seconds to get out of this house.
Oh, Riley, I don't...
If you ain't out in 10 seconds, I'm throwing you out.
Riley, that's no way to treat a pal.
You're no pal of mine, you sneak.
Huh?
You want to break up my home, but it won't work because my Peg is crazy about me. She'd rather have me than Cary Grant. That shows you how crazy she is.
Why, you conceited ape. 10 minutes ago, Peg was so fed up with your childish shenanigans, she was going to knock your block off. And she would have, too, only I, Monahan the Boy Scout, begged her to be sweet to you.
Ah, just as I thought. You're jealous. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a guy who's jealous.
Well, if you don't believe me, go ask her.
You're lying, Monahan, but you can't fool me. There ain't a liar living that I ain't a match for. Now your 10 seconds are up.
All right. I was leaving anyway.
I ain't letting you leave. I'm throwing you out.
Well, Riley.
And don't ever show your face around here again.
What was all that noise?
Now, don't you worry, Peggy Weggy. I just threw Sidney Pidney down the steps to Wetsy.
You did what?
I bounced Monahan.
Chester Riley. How could you do a thing like that?
But he was trying to break up our home.
He's the best friend you ever had. He was going to leave of his own accord because you were acting like a child.
Peg, don't call me a child. I'm practically 40, and you just said I'm a perfect husband.
Only because Sidney asked me to.
Gee, he did? He really did?
Yes. I wanted to bawl you out, but he didn't want you to feel bad. Do you realize how silly you've been behaving?
Now, wait, Peg.
You are, without a doubt, the most childish...
Now, wait, Peg. Take it
the most infantile, the most ridiculous...
Peg, control yourself.
The most exact...
Monahan! Sidney! Come back, Sidney, darling. I can't live without you.
Riley's will be back in just a moment. The Wonder Shampoo. That's Prell, Procter & Gamble's Radiant Cream Shampoo in the handy tube. Yes, people with dry hair, oily hair, unruly hair, all find Prell an amazing success. Miss Helen Durnagel of Scarsdale, New York says,
My hair's always been the unruly, hard-to-manage type. But since using Prell, I find it easier to set, easier to manage. Now my hair has the beauty I've always dreamed of.
Yes, Prell can work wonders on your hair, too, because Prell leaves hair more radiant than any soap shampoo you've ever used. Removes unsightly dandruff in as little as 3 minutes. Prove it for yourself. Buy Prell.
P-R-E-L-L Prell Shampoo. Leaves hair radiant, gleaming bright. Not a bit of dandruff is in sight. Comes in a tube, handy too. P-R-E-L-L Prell Shampoo.
Oh, Oh, please put out the light. I'm sleepy.
Well, first, forgive me. Now, come on, say you forgive me, Peg.
All right, but you get rid of that silly book right away.
Okay, but I think you're making a mistake. By studying this book, we can pick the right kind of husband for Beth.
Now, that's ridiculous. My father didn't have to read anything to pick a husband for me.
You're lucky. All he ever read was the racing form. If he'd have picked you a mate today, you'd be married to Citation.
Riley, Citation's earned over $500,000, and he's only 4 years old. You're 40.
Oh, you keep quiet.
What?
Nothing, Peg. Nighty-whitey, yummy, yummy.
We invite you to join us again next week to hear The Life of Riley with William Bendix as well. The script is by Reuben Ship and Ellen Lipscott. Mrs. Riley is Paula Winslow. Digger Odell is John Brown. The Life of Riley is produced by Irving Brecker. And remember, for more radiant hair free of unsightly dandruff, get the shampoo in the tube. P-R-E-L-L, Prell Shampoo.
Would you like to keep your dainty lingerie lovely longer?
That's my problem. I certainly would. But how?
Well, you can be sure that your lovely lingerie is safe in snow. Yes, wonderful Ivory Snow. Pretty washables can stay lovely longer with Ivory Snow Care. Your hands will tell you why. Just wash dishes with Ivory Snow as millions do. See how Ivory Snow pampers your hands. Then you'll know it's extra kind to pretty lingerie. It's the only soap both ivory mild and granulated for efficiency. There's just no other soap like Ivory Snow. So use the soap especially made to keep dainty things lovely longer. That's it. Wonderful Ivory Snow.
Ken Niles reminding you to listen again next Friday when Procter & Gamble again brings you a full hour of entertainment. First, Red Skelton, and then The Life of Riley. Good night.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog is Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Last Tuesday, the Banking Commission informed Lum and Abner that they were illegally operating a bank without a charter and ordered them to remove their bank signs and return all their depositors' money within 24 hours. Wednesday was spent in rounding up their customers and urging them to withdraw their money. And today, as we look in on the little community, we find two ex-bankers in their jot-em-down store clearing away the last remnants of their financial institution. Listen.
How about these old bank ledgers, Lum? You want them thrown away, too?
I reckon so. May as well, Abner. Never could get the things to balance no way. Must be something wrong with them. We've done give everybody their money back.
Yeah, well, what about these deposit slips? We could use them here to make out grocery orders on.
No, better get shut of them. We don't want no evidence laying around here that we ever even had a bank.
We don't, huh?
No. That bank commission can't prove nothing that way.
Yeah. Well, what about these here rubber stamps?
Well, some of them we can keep all right. Them that don't say nothing about a bank.
Insufficient funds.
Yeah, we can keep that. When we get a bill from the wholesale house that we can't pay, we can just stamp insufficient funds on it and mail it back to them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There's one there that says Lum Eddard's president. You can keep that, too. I'll be president of something else for long. I don't know what, but something.
Yeah.
I'll go through them and sort them out.
Well, this pen and ink we can still use here.
No, I don't know. May as well throw them away, too, Abner. That ink sat out there so long it's got too thick for store use. Fine for a bank or a post office.
Yeah, just got to where it smears good now.
What I'm worried about is that big safe down there. What are we going to do with it?
Well, I just allowed we'd keep that for the store.
Yeah, that don't look right. Big hole in the floor with a safe down in it.
Well, it's cool down there, Lum. We could keep the potatoes in it. They wouldn't sprout so easy.
Look kind of silly, though. Go down there and open a big vault to get somebody a quarter's worth of potatoes.
Yeah.
I think we better put that flooring back in and cover it over and just leave the safe down in there. That'd be a heap cheaper than trying to move it.
Not have no basement at all?
Ain't no basement. Just a hole where the safe fell through the floor. We just boarded up around it and left it there.
Well, we could put some things down in there every day with a special price on them and sort of have a bargain basement.
I think the best thing to do is just lock our money up in it and board it over and leave it there.
Leave that $4,000 down in there?
Well, I know good and well I ain't going to put it in that bank at the county seat. Not after the way that board of directors talked to me in there the other day. Insinuated that I never knowed nothing about the banking business.
Well, that's going to be awful unhandy, Lum. Have to tear the floor up every time we want to get $1 or $2 out of the safe. Cost us more to fix the floor back every time than it's worth.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to save money, though. We'll think twice before we done it.
Yeah. Well, reckon it'd be safe down there, Lum, the money?
Well, that's where we've been keeping it.
Yeah, but we had a bank then.
Well, it's the same safe we was using then.
Yeah. But I never worry when my money's in a bank, but I don't want to leave no $2,000 just laying around in a safe.
Well, you can do whatever you want to with your half of it. Mine's going to stay in there.
I don't know. If you're going to chance it, why, I reckon I am too. What are we going to do with this war petition here, Lum?
I don't know hardly. It's got to where I kind of like the looks of it, though.
Yeah, but we ain't got no bank. Ain't no use to have part of the store petitioned off that way.
I was just thinking, I might use that for an office for myself.
That whole thing for an office?
Well, I don't know what else to do with it.
Well, why don't we just tear it down and get it out of here?
Oh, sort of hate to do that.
Well, let me. I'll do it. There ain't no one thing I love better than to tear something down. Seems like you're doing something wrong, but nobody to stop you. Only if I could just save that till Halloween, it'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Till Halloween?
Yeah. Then slip down here of a night and just tear that thing all to pieces. Nobody couldn't stop me neither.
Well, just don't be in no hurry about it. We'll find some use for it. What does it look like to you?
A bank.
Yeah, but we can't run no bank.
Oh.
Looks sort of like a post office, too, but we can't put in one of them, neither. Dick Huddleston done got the post office down his store.
No, it looks sort of like a ticket window at the depot.
Yeah, it does, sort of.
Well, why don't we put in a depot, Lum?
Depot in Pine Ridge?
Yeah, there ain't no one in town. Sell railroad tickets here. Folks come in here to wait for the train. Why, sit around the store here and get hungry and buy lunch goods and clothing. Might see something they forgot to pack, and buy it.
Abner, there ain't even a train in Pine Ridge.
Well, no, of course not. Ain't no depot for 'em to stop at. We could advertise ours. Just tell 'em we got one here and get enough passengers here. Why, they'll put a train through. Don't you worry about that.
For goodness sake.
I could call out the trains for 'em, Mom. Trains leaving for Hebner, Fort Smith, Joplin, Kansas City, and Point East, boys.
That ain't no way to call trains. I understood every word you said.
Well, that's the first time I ever tried it, Lum. I reckon you sort of have to practice to call the names to where nobody can understand you.
Yeah, they must.
Reckon why they do that. Go to all the bother to call them out, and then nobody can understand a word they say.
I don't know.
Must be so they'll get on the wrong train and then have to buy a ticket back to where they left out from. Sell more tickets that way, I reckon.
Might be, I don't know. May as well forget the depot idea, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I can learn to call them, Lum. If I can't, well, we can get old Grandpa Masters. Since he got them new plates of his, and he can't understand a word he says nowhere.
Well, I don't mean for that reason. It'd be plumb silly to put in a depot where there ain't no railroad. Like that old lettered saying of mine. You can take Mohammed to the mountain, but you can't take the mountain to Mohammed.
Why, sure, you can...
I say it'd be plumb foolish to put a depot in Pine Ridge when there ain't even no railroad here.
Yeah, but I mean, about whatever you said there wants to be took to the mountains.
Oh, I said if the mountain won't come to Mohammed will have to go to the mountain.
Oh, yeah, sure. Mountain ain't going to come to nobody. I don't care who he is. Why does he want to go to the mountains for long?
I don't know, Abner.
Well, is he looking for that old lost Spanish mine that's supposed to be around here?
No, he ain't looking for nothing.
Oh, must be going hunting, I reckon. Deer hunting. The season's open now. That's just about what he's after.
Yeah, more than likely. But that still ain't figuring out what we're going to do with this war petition in here.
Well, when did he want to go, Lum? That Mr. Mohammed?
Abner, Mohammed said that years and years ago.
Well, if he's been waiting on the mountain, well, no wonder he ain't got out there yet. Maybe he's so old now he can't climb good, Lum. That's just about the trouble. Can't climb over the mountain. Poor old fella. I'll take him deer hunting. Ain't no more than 3 miles from town, neither, to where we'll go. Cedric can drive us out there, and he won't have to walk, not more than 100 yards at the most, Lum. Put him on a good stand there, and he can just sit there under a tree and wait till one comes along and knock it over. I'll guarantee to get him a deer. That's what I'll do.
Well, that's fine. I know he'll appreciate it, too.
Oh, that's all right. I'm just sort of glad the chance to go myself. Been wanting to go hunting the worst way. Uncle Henry Lunsford was telling me about this place.
You are, yeah?
Yeah, he told me the other day. He says there's a salt lick down there on that lower 40 here. Says I can sit there any morning I want to and get me a buck. Says they're just eating up them peas of his, just ruining his crop.
Well, I don't know. I reckon we may as well just leave it there till we find some use for it.
Yeah, but the season closes next week, Lum. We ought to go in the morning's what we ought to do. Reckon he could go in the morning?
Who?
Mr. Mohammed, that fella you just now tell me about wanting to go deer hunting.
For goodness sakes.
Don't you want to go with us?
No.
Well, of course he's your friend, but I don't mind taking him out for you. I doggone what he ought to do is just stay over at my place tonight. And then I want to get out there before daylight, get him located on a stand. He'll be just right there handy for me.
Yeah, that'd be the thing to do, all right.
And if he's there at the place, why, I'll just wake him up when I get up, and then Elizabeth can have breakfast first. We'll head right out. Right down there by that salt lick by them pin oak flats. That's the place. I'm glad you told me about him, Lum. Yes, sir. This trout. Lum, where are you going?
I'm going over to the barber shop. Any place till you get this deer hunting off your mind. I'll be back after a while.
Well, will you tell that feller to stay over at the place tonight, and then we'll head out early in the morning?
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Yeah, tell him to come for supper if he wants to, Lum.
Yeah, well, he'll love that, I know. He ain't et in several hundred years.
For the land's sake.
I'll see you after a while.
Yeah, all right. Oh, he must be hungry. Poor old feller. That's a long time to wait, I'll say that. Hello? Elizabeth? You better lay an extra plate for supper tonight. Going to have company. Yes, I'm deer hunter.
Listen, the man is just about to see it.
Yeah, let's everybody listen. Rinso, the new Rinso with Solium brings you the Amos and Andy Show. Yes, sir, Rinso, the soap that contains Solium, the sunlight ingredient, brings you a full half hour of entertainment with Lou Lubin, Eddie Green, James Basquette, the Jubilaires, Jeff Alexander's orchestra and chorus, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. And now, Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Rinso, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Amos and Andy. It is morning in the home of George Kingfish Stevens.
The Kingfish is reclined on the couch reading the newspaper while his wife Sapphire is busy cleaning some old papers out of the desk drawer. She comes across a faded-looking document which makes her stop and smile reminiscently.
George, just look what I found here in the desk drawer with these old papers. Our marriage license.
We still got the evidence of the crime, huh?
What'd you say?
Nothing. I just mumbled here reading something in the paper.
And look here, George. Remember how we wanted to go by automobile on our honeymoon? Well, right under the marriage license is your first driver's license.
I wish the marriage license was like the driver's license.
What you mean?
Well, at least that one has got an expiration date on it.
George! You're always making cracks about our marriage. If you're so dissatisfied, how come you married me in the first place?
Well, there's two reasons. I was young and repulsive. That is the first reason. And just look on the driver's license there, you'll see how young I was.
Yes, it do say on here that you was only 19. That could be a reason for marrying me. Look here, George, the license also says needs glasses.
That's the second reason. That's what I said.
Well, let me tell you something. You ain't been no prize package to be married to neither, George Stevens. You ain't never amounted to nothing in the business world, and you never will.
Is that so? I've made plenty of smart deals.
Yeah? Well, just look what I found in this drawer. Here's an example of one of your smart deals. It's a deed for some property you paid $100 for 5 years ago, and it ain't worth nothing now.
Oh, I remember that property. I bought that lot up in the Adirondack Mountains there because I thought a hotel was going to build right next door to me. Then the hotel turned around and built 2 miles away.
You might as well admit it, George. You don't know nothing about nothing.
Who don't? You see this head here of mine right here? There's plenty of ideas growing in this head.
Well, if what's growing on top is any sign of what's growing inside, it must be...
That's so. I'll show you who's the businessman. I'll unload that broke-down lot with that shack on it at 3 times the price I paid for it.
Well, you ought to get rid of it, and see that you do. Here I am working myself to death to support this family. Remember, I only got 2 small hands.
Yeah, but you got something that compensates for it, honey. You got the biggest mouth in town. Well, hello there, Gabby. Come in.
Oh, good to see you, Kingfish. What's new? What's new?
Oh, I'm just sitting here figuring the way that I can sell Andy a lot that I owns with a broke-down shack on it.
I don't think you're going to be able to sell it to Andy, Kingfish. I just talking to him. He got $250 he's going to spend on a camping and hunting trip up in Maine.
Oh, going on a hunting trip, huh?
Yeah, and hunting's very dangerous, too. And they better take a lot of precautions, I know a friend of mine took his mother-in-law on a deer hunting trip last year, and just so the hunters wouldn't make no mistake, he had a special hat made just for her.
Oh, one of them red hats that you can see from far off, huh?
No, this was a brown felt model with a pair of antlers on top.
Gabby, you said that Andy wants to go hunting, huh? You know, I could tell him that I was a forest ranger and maybe undiscourage him from going on the hunting trip. Then later on, maybe I could figure out a way to sell him the lot up in the mountains there.
You know, I like the mountains very much, Kingfish. In fact, last summer I took my most beautiful girlfriend and hiked up to the top of Echo Mountain just to listen to the echo.
Oh, that Echo Mountain is something, all right.
Ain't it, though? It sure is. It was wonderful. I stood up on top and I yelled, "Hello there!" And the echo said, "Hello there!" Then I yelled, "I have a beautiful girl!" And sure enough, clear as a bell, the echo said right back, "I have a beautiful girl!" Then I thought I'd try a real long sentence on echo. I said, "I'm all alone with my gal, and there's nobody around for miles."
And the echo come right back, huh?
Yeah, it said, "Lovely, lovely."
I guess I looked the part of a forest ranger here. Here come Andy now. Come in, Brother Andy.
Well, hi, Kingfish. Hey, wait a minute. What is you doing all dressed up in khaki there with that hatchet and fire extinguisher strapped on your back?
Oh, I didn't think you'd notice that, Andy. But now that you did, this happens to be my equipment when I goes into action this summer as the United States Forest Ranger.
How'd you get to be a forest ranger?
Had some influential friends that was rangers, and they put in a good word for me. Like the head of the Texas Rangers, Nelson Eddy, people like that, you know.
Say, you know something? You being a forest ranger sure is a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it so happens that I was planning a camping trip up in the Maine woods.
You don't mean to tell me.
Sure. Maybe you can advise me what to take there with me.
Well, you just take the necessary stuff that all the campers take on these pleasure trips. Poison ivy lotion, iodine for bear scratches, snake bite serum, and a bucket of water in case you get trapped in a forest fire.
Yeah, that's just in case you're going on a pleasure trip, huh?
Then, of course, you're taking along a sleeping bag. You gotta have that.
A sleeping bag? What is that?
Well, that's a big bag that you crawls into at night, and then you reaches out and you pulls the whole thing closed with a zipper. That locks you safe inside the bag, away from the rain and the wild animals. See?
Yeah, well, if I was locked in the bag from the outside, how do I unzip myself when I want to get up in the morning?
That's one of the things that keeps these bags from being popular. Why, the Maine woods is full of bags that's been kicking and screaming since last summer.
Well, listen, Kingfish, can I just sleep in a tent with a gun to protect me from the wild animals?
Well, the game warden won't let you take no gun with you, and it's against the law.
Yeah, but suppose I meets up with a ferocious bear. Ain't I allowed to shoot him?
No, the game preserve rules don't allow no shooting of bears this season. You gotta wrestle him with your bare hands.
Yeah, but them bears is bigger than I is. Can't I protect myself with a rifle?
And the bears is government property. Taking a shot at one of them is like knocking a leg off President Truman's piano. You goes right to jail, I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, it seems to me they ought to do something to the bear for attacking me, Kingfish. After all, as a citizen, I have government property, too.
And under the present law, the only thing about a citizen is government property is his income.
Well, how about fishing up there?
Oh, no fishing there. The fish all going up the river to spawn there. They go up there every now and then.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just take a short trip up to the woods and look at the scenery.
Well, that's a good idea, Andy. This is the most beautiful time of the year up there. The bears is running around hibernating each other. The wild cats is filling the air with their mating calls. And the picturesque rattlesnakes is shedding their rattles for the summer.
Yeah. Well, look. If them rattlers is losing their rattles, how do they notify you that they're about to strike?
Well, they don't send over John L. Lewis with no note, I can tell you that.
You know, Kingfish, I think I'll call off this camping trip. I had the wrong idea about that kind of life. I don't know what to do about my vacation now.
Well, then, the forest ranger, I gets around a good deal. Let me look around for you. Maybe I can find something that you'd really enjoy. Maybe up in the rustic Adirondacks.
Yeah, well, that'd be better, I guess. This hunting stuff is dangerous.
Oh, I'll say it's dangerous. You remember old William that used to belong to the lodge? I had experience with him hunting once.
What was that?
Well,
me and Brother Bill went hunting
up in the woods in May.
Now the reason why we went up there was to try and get some game.
Me and Brother Bill kept a hunting till way in the middle of the night.
When we shot at something we thought was a bear, but the doggone thing turned white.
Yeah!
I dropped my gun.
He dropped his gun.
Way I run, do-do-do. Brother Bill said, boy, what's the matter with you? Daddy knows like me, he'd run some too. I run so fast, I say.
Till they couldn't catch him all day.
Now the way I run across the field, they couldn't catch me with an automobile.
No, they couldn't catch him with an automobile.
Now Brother Bill got excited, and he took a pot shot at me.
But the bullet went whizzing by his head, ricocheted off a tree.
Boy, I started in shuffling, my feet most struck the ground. I said, look, feet, don't fail me now, 'cause I'm
Alabama bound.
going home,
all alone, all alone.
The Bill said, boy, what's the matter with you?
Daddy don't like me, he'd run some too, I run.
So fast to say, until it couldn't catch me all day. The way I run across the field,
they couldn't catch me
with an automobile.
They couldn't catch me
with an automobile.
They couldn't catch me with an automobile.
You know, right now is the time when women get out their last year's cottons and start making the place look summery again. And say, if you want to make those old curtains, slip covers, and ginghams look even whiter and brighter than the newest things you have, you do this. Wash them in new Rinso with Solium. you'll find that new Rinso can do this amazing thing. It'll get washable colors even brighter than brand new, and plain white things whiter than new. The Rinso you get today, you see, contains the new scientific sunlight ingredient, solium. And only new Rinso contains solium. My wife says, John, you be sure to tell women to wash last year's cottons with Rinso. That Rinso with solium puts sunshine in your wash. Even a Rinso wash that's dried indoors positively radiates brilliance. Rinso is safe for clothes and easy on your hands. Use new Rinso. You'll be mighty glad you did.
How's your plans coming along for that camping trip you're taking this summer, son?
Oh, I call that off, Amos. You see, I done found out the government made a rule up there that during the bear season you got to raffle a game warden.
Look like the dog days of August done hit you in May, ain't it, son?
No, Amos. You ain't allowed to shoot a bear because most of them has gone up the river to spawn. Anyway, there ain't nobody going up that way this summer. President Truman was going up, but he fell off the piano and broke his leg.
Well, I hope you find some place to go on your vacation. And by the way, Ruby asked me to invite you over to the house for supper Thursday night. That's the day after tomorrow.
Oh, that's great, Amos. I'll be there. Fine. I'll forget about going to the mountains this summer. Maybe I'll just go up to the Adirondacks. I don't know.
Well, Shorty, how is you?
Well, I don't feel so good. I got trouble with my... I got to go to the hospital. Lumbar virus. I'm suffering. I feel fine.
Well, Shorty, I'm trying to sell Andy an old broke-down cabin that I owns up in the Adirondacks, but I don't know how to go about it.
Well, I remember once you told me that you had a lot up there with a shack on. You said it was about 2 miles from a hotel.
Yeah, 2 miles. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe I could tell Andy that this cabin is part of the hotel property and entitles him to all the hotel facilities.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll even take Andy up there. Yeah, Shorty, you done give me my angle there.
Yeah, and he might even like it. Oh, you can have great sport in the mountains, Kingfish. In fact, a few years ago, I went out west to climb the Rocky Mountains with 6 other fellas. Oh, yeah, they was all big 200-pounders.
Sure enough?
Oh, yeah. When we got to the foot of the Rockies, we all took the mountain climbers oath. And then for our mutual protection, we was all tied together with a rope. I was the first one to reach the top of the mountain, and the others were strung out right behind me. And then it happened.
What happened?
I looked back and I seen the bottom man had slipped. Yeah, his weight dragged down the man ahead of him, and as I watched, I seen one after the other lose their grip. I realized then it was up to me.
Well, holy smoke, what did you do?
Well, I braced myself between 2 big boulders. I grabbed hold of a tree and I swung myself. I locked my arms and feet around the blade. I knew I had to reach up and I grabbed it. That is, I cut the rope.
Well, Andy, after a delightful train trip, you was now standing on the beautiful grounds of the Mountain Hill Hotel. Just look at that beautiful panorama there.
Yeah, good-looking hotel, all right, Kingfish. I guess it gets pretty crowded up around here when the place opens up, huh?
Oh, yes, Andy. It's known as the playground for the idle rich.
Has they got any playground for the idle poor?
Well, think of it, Andy. You get the summer home so you can get away from it all.
Hey, do I get one of them pretty little cabins there near the main hotel?
No, you get more privacy than that, Andy.
Oh, boy. This is really high-class stuff up around here, huh? How about the linen for the bed?
Oh, nothing to worry about, Andy. The maid turns your sheets over every day. Yeah, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah, well, when do they change them?
Twice a week there's change. You get the sheets from the fellow next door, and he gets yours.
Tell me this, what was this stuff you was telling me about the private bath?
Well, I'll explain that to you, Andy. That means that if you was taking a bath and another fellow walks in there, it's against the rules of the hotel for him to climb in there with you, you see?
Yeah, well, where's this cabin that you was telling me about, Kingfish?
Well, follow me, Andy. Roll up your plant leg, and we'll be there in 15 minutes. Come on, here we go.
listen, Kingfish, we done walked for an hour over barbed wire fences and waded through 2 streams, and now you show me this busted-down old log cabin.
Andy, what is you talking about? This is rustic. This is antique. This is the last word in fine living.
Oh, look at it. The roof is sagging, the walls is buckled there, the porch is done caved in. Kingfish, I thought you had to be a veteran to get a place as bad as this.
Well, now, don't forget, it's going to look better when you get it fixed up with a few of your own personal touches in here, like some window panes, a roof, and some stuff like that.
Yeah. And the location. It must be 2 miles from the hotel.
Well, you ain't got nothing to worry about, Anna. The hotel sends a chambermaid over here every morning to dust up the cabin.
Well, she better have a compass on the end of her dust mop, or she'll never find a place.
Well, I'm telling you, Anna, this is the favorite cabin of the whole hotel from a privacy standpoint.
How much it cost?
This is the cooperative cabin, Andy. For $250, you get it for the rest of your life.
$250 for this broke-down cabin?
Well, I'll admit, Andy, that it's only worth $240 if it didn't have the historic value that it's got.
What kind of historic value has this thing got?
Andy, it was on that front porch that George Washington made his historic Gettysburg Address.
George Washington?
You see that stump out there?
Yeah.
That was the cherry tree, Andy.
Well, now that put a different angle on the thing. Yeah, I like this place. Especially after knowing about Washington.
Well, give me the $250 and here's the deed to the property.
Yeah, let's complete this transaction, because I got to get back to town and have supper with Amos.
You know, Andy, I would bring some of my personal stuff up here, like an overstuffed chair, reading lamps, and some little tables and stuff.
Yeah, well, tell me something. Would you put the furniture in there like it is, or would you put a floor in there first?
Well, come in, Henry.
Well, what's the matter with you, Kingfish? From the expression on your face, you look like you was in a dilemma.
Well, 4 days ago, I sold Andy that old broke-down shack that I had up in the country. I told him it was a historical place.
Yes, he told me the other day that he bought it for $250.
Yes, Andy is very happy with the place. He's going around town now trying to buy furniture and everything else to take up there. And now I just get a letter from the hotel saying they're going to build a golf course up there, and they will give me $500 for the lot.
Well, you know, Andy is so crazy about that place, I don't see how you're going to get it back.
There must be something. As the old saying goes, where there's an Andy, there's always a way.
Lady, listen. Here's your chance to get a heavy-duty aluminum 2-quart covered saucepan at half the retail price. It's famous Regal aluminum ware, a gleaming kitchen beauty and a joy to cook with. Regal ware is pure aluminum, sunray finished inside, silver bright outside, built for years of service. This magnificent saucepan has a black Bakelite handle that stays cool and a snug-fitting cover with a Bakelite knob. Now you can get it at a saving of 50% if you act quickly. Now here's what you do. Send 2 wrappers or box tops from any of these Lever products. Rinso, Spry, Lifebuoy, Swan, Silver Dust, Lux, or Lux Flakes, together with $1 to Lever Brothers Company, Box 1, New York City. That's Lever Brothers Company, Box 1, New York City. Shipment will be made within 3 weeks post-paid. This offer is limited to the United States, Alaska, and Hawaii, and is subject to state and local regulations. The store where you buy your Lever products has handy order blanks and complete details about this great Lever Buy 2 sale. Send for your Regal aluminum saucepan right away.
Well, Stonewall, I want to see you about a little legal matter.
Well, come on in, Kingfish. I'll be through here in just a second. I just been going over the facts in the case I've been handling.
Oh, what kind of case?
I was defending the burlesque queen the other day. The police objected to her dance. And I told the court it was just an artistic trial. And to prove my point, I told the judge, I said, adjourn the court. Go over to the burlesque theater and so you can see her do the dance in person.
Well, did it prove your case when the judge went in the theater to see her?
I don't know. That was 2 days ago, and he ain't come out yet.
Well, now listen, Stonewall, here's what I want to see you about. Yeah. I done sold Andy a no-good lot with a broke-down cabin on it up in the mountains for $250 that I bought years ago. Now, Andy crazy about the place, and now I just got a letter from the hotel saying they won't buy the lot so they can build a golf course up there. They pay me $500 for the thing.
And now you want to get the lot back from Andy, is that the thing?
Yeah, but I don't know how to go about it.
Oh.
Well, if I had the lot, I'd sell it to you quick, 'cause since I passed 40, I can't stand the altitude in the mountains.
Hey, wait a minute. Anders over 40. I'll tell him the altitude is dangerous at his age.
That ought to do the trick.
You know, this whole thing started when my wife jumped on me and bawled me out for buying the lot in the first place.
You know, I can't understand why so many married fellas like you is always getting in trouble. I was married 15 years ago, and I've been perfectly happy ever since. And you know why that is? 'Cause on our honeymoon to Bermuda, my wife done something that has made my life delightfully blissful and happy ever since.
That's wonderful. What did you do?
She fell overboard.
Well, now I just got to convince Andy that he is too old to go up in that altitude in the mountains. Oh, here he comes. Come in, Brother Andy. I've just been sitting here, resting my eyes a little. Been doing a lot of reading lately.
Yeah, what you reading, Kingfish?
Well, I done read a medical book that's really interesting to me, and I think it ought to be interesting to you, too.
What was the name of the medical book?
Life Begins to End at 40. Wonderful thing, wonderful reading. The book was written by a very immigrant physician.
Well, what was the nutshell of the thing?
Well, it seems that the most dangerous thing for a man over 40 is high altitude. They discovered that when the Empire State Building was up.
Oh, they did, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, they got their first inkling of it when the elevators would arrive at the 102nd floor with dead operators. Yeah, they found out that all the operators was over 40, but they still didn't know the medical reason for the mess.
Well, how did they get the medical angle on it?
They had a 39-year-old Mayo brother to take the trip. And when he got up to the top, he discovered that he was breathing half air and half altitude.
Say, Kingfish, you know, something just recurred to me here. That place you sold me up in the mountains has got a lot of altitude in it.
Well, you know, I never thunk of that. Yeah, that's 80,000 feet altitude. Well, look at it this way, Andy. You'll have a nice vacation as long as you laugh. Put it that way.
Yeah, I guess I is at the dangerous age, all right.
Well, Andy, at your age, you may look all right on the outside, but on the inside, your infernal organs is suffering from the 40-year droop.
Yeah, but, you know, of course, I might be the exception to the rule. I might be in good shape.
Andy, let me give you a little superficial examination here, just see how you is, yeah? I'd like to listen to your heart. Open your shirt there, will you, Andy?
Okay.
Still got on your winter underwear, huh?
Yeah, when I gets in bed, I want to be warm.
Andy, hold your stomach down here a little so I can get my ear in there.
All right. Is that better?
Now, quiet now. Either your heart ain't beating or that underwear is acting as a muffler. Wait a minute. I hear something. Yeah, you alive, all right. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but it don't sound too good, Andy. If I was you, from now on, I'd carry a stretcher with me. Because on top of everything else, I noticed a little ping in your liver there.
I guess I was in bad shape, all right.
Yeah, I want to give you the gallbladder test. Let me listen to that there, will you? Jump up and down there, will you? Jump up and down.
All right. Here I go.
Brother Andy, you got any marbles in your pocket?
No, I ain't, no.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you, Andy, when you get over 40, things will start to go wrong with you. To sum up your condition, Andy, it's all right for you to take your kidney and gallstones up into altitude, but I certainly leave my heart and liver at sea level.
Well, this is all very discouraging to me, all right. And the thing that makes me feel bad is that I feel so good.
Yeah, well, now, look, Andy, I was a little conscience strict about selling you that lot with all that altitude on it. Tell you what I'll do. I'll give you your money back and take the lot off your hands.
No, Kingfish. I like that place up there, and I'll try it for a while, see how I feel. Thanks anyway. See you later, Kingfish. So long.
Well, that didn't work. Now I got to find some other way to make him sell me back that lot.
Come in, Amos, come in.
Yeah, well, what you so upset about, Andy?
Oh, I just got a letter stating that the property that I bought from the Kingfish has got $600 in back taxes due that I got to pay.
Here comes the Kingfish now. Yeah. Well, hello there, boys. How is you?
Come in here.
Hi, Kingfish.
Say, listen, Kingfish, I've been thinking over all that stuff about that altitude and everything, and, I has done decided to sell that lot back to you, like you say.
Okay, Andy, I got your money right here. Here's your money back. Just what you paid me. Amos, you can witness the deal. Okay with me.
Yeah, well, thanks, Kingfish, and here's the deed of the thing.
Kingfish, you look kind of happy. Well, here's Amos. Brother Ender, I done outsmarted you again. I got a letter from the hotel up there saying they was willing to pay me $500 for the lot.
What?
So I got tired of you sticking me all year so much. So I was the one that writ you that tax letter saying there was $600 due on the place.
Well, now, wait a minute here. Wait a minute.
Now, take it easy, fellas. You know, Andy, I got a little tired of the Kingfish sticking you, so I was the one that writ the letter from the hotel offering the Kingfish $500 for the lot.
After listening to that Kingfish, I am so glad there's one man around here you can count on.
You mean me, Andy?
You, Amos? No. I mean our announcer, Mr. Lake.
Well, thank you, Andy. It's good to know, too, that millions of women are counting on the fine soap I talk about, New Rinso with Solium. Yes, there's one thing you can be sure of. Rain or shine, indoors or out, New Rinso puts sunshine in your wash. White clothes come whiter than new. Washable colors even brighter than new. Try New Rinso's safe, soapy-rich suds. Get a package of New Rinso with the red Solium label. That's New Rinso with Solium.
Good night, folks.
See you next Tuesday.
Here's great news. Doctors prove Lifebuoy Health Soap with its purifying ingredient gets skin cleaner. Stops BO as no other leading soap can. Doctors compared Lifebuoy and other leading soaps in 820 tests. These tests prove refreshing mild Lifebuoy gets skin cleaner. Gives top 24-hour protection against BO. Get Lifebuoy right away.
American world trade in the next few years is going to be of increasing importance to every one of us. The products you make are sold abroad, and the products of other nations are sold here. So our prosperity and theirs depends in good part on a healthy interchange of trade. World trade makes good neighbors. Be sure to be with us next Tuesday at the same time when Lever Brothers Company, the makers of New Rinso with Solium, will again present the Amos and Andy Show. Until then, this is Art Gilmore saying good night to all of you from all of us.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
And now meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, by this time of day, George is usually home from the office. But today he's working hard and late. Let's look in at George's office and see what's detaining the little beaver.
Well, I'll never get this work finished. Now, let's see, where was I? Oh, great. There he goes again. Who is that broken-down hoofer upstairs? Now, let's see, where was I? Hey, stop dancing up there!
Oh, you keep quiet down there.
Smart guy.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Burns?
You're darn right I do. You're the manager of this building. Tell that jerk in the office above me to stop dancing. I'm trying to get some work done.
Yes, sir, Mr. Burns. I'll speak to him right away. Excuse me. May I speak to you, Mr. Astaire?
Why, sure, come in.
I'm sorry, Mr. Astaire, but your dancing is disturbing the party downstairs. Say, who is that old sourpuss?
Well, whoever is, he's got a nerve complaining. You tell him that when he sings Ain't Misbehavin', it sounds like plumbing that's out of order.
Oh, I couldn't tell him that.
All right. Tell him it sounds like plumbing that's working.
But, Mr. Astaire...
Look, I rented this office to dream up some new routines and hold tryouts for a new dancing partner. Now, go down and tell old Gravel Throat to go home.
So he doesn't like it when I sing Ain't Misbehavin', huh?
No, sir.
Well, look, if he doesn't stop dancing, I'm going to move out of this office building.
Oh, please don't do that, Mr. Burns. You've been with us a long time.
You bet.
And if you move out, we'll lose all that back rent.
Go. Now, let's see. Where was I? Ain't misbehaving all by myself. Ain't misbehaving.
Oh, hello, darling. What? George, look. Your high notes are so strong today you're knocking the plaster right off the ceiling.
That's not me, Gracie. There's a guy in the office above me who thinks he's a dancer. Oh, great. There he goes again. He's been doing that all day. He's driving me crazy.
Oh, now, George, don't be upset. Feel sorry for him. You can tell by listening that he's obviously some poor old feeble trooper trying to get back into vaudeville.
I guess so.
Remember when you danced in vaudeville, darling?
Sure. They used to call me Twinkle Toes Burns.
Oh, my goodness. How you used to wear out your socks dancing. You know, it seems like I was always knitting you socks.
That's right.
Remember the first pair of socks I knitted you? You thought they were sweaters.
Yeah.
You never did wear them. They were too small for your feet and too big for your chest.
Well, you better run along home, sweetheart. I'll be working here at the office till midnight. Ain't misbehaving all by myself. Ain't misbehaving.
Oh, my goodness, George. I'm glad your voice isn't as flat as his feet.
You said it. I think I'll go up there and punch that guy right in the nose.
Oh, now, George, please. You don't know your own strength. You'll lose your temper and take a swing at him, and the first thing you know, there'll be some teeth knocked out. You need all you've got.
But, Gracie, I've got to get my work done.
Well, I'll go up and talk to him, dear. You get to work.
Gracie!
Well, Tootsie Sagwell, what are you doing in this office building?
I'm looking for a job, Gracie. You see, I decided to give up men.
Give up men? But, Tootsie, this is leap year. And if I ever saw a girl with kangaroo blood, it's you.
I don't care, Gracie. I've decided to have a career instead of a husband.
Oh. Well, maybe you're wise, Tootsie. A career can't break your heart. And a career can't go out nights and play poker.
Yeah.
But there's only one thing. On the cold night, you can't warm your feet on your career.
Care. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, hiya, girl.
Oh, hello, Bill.
Oh, hello, Tootsie. Say, is George in his office, Gracie?
Oh, yes, Bill. Oh, but before you go in, listen to the news. Well, tell him, Tootsie.
Well, Mr. Goodwin, I'm not running after men anymore.
Oh, really, Tootsie? Got yourself a bicycle, huh?
Oh, Bill, you're just jealous because Tootsie is going to have a career instead of marrying you and raising a bunch of little Goodwins.
Oh, well... Gracie, with Tootsie as their mother, I doubt if there'd be a good one in the bunch.
Well, if you two will excuse me, I have to go upstairs and tell the man in the office over George's to stop dancing. He's disturbing George.
Disturbing George? Gracie, do you know who that is up there?
Who?
Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire?
Well, sure, he's holding tryouts for a new dancing partner.
Oh, my goodness, and Tootsie, your career. You're going to be Fred Astaire's new dancing partner.
But, Gracie, I can't can't dance.
Oh, don't be silly. If Fred can dance so wonderfully with his tiny feet, you'll be 4 times as great.
Jimmy Cash sings a delightful ballad from Showboat, Make Believe. James?
We could make believe I love you. Only make believe that you love me. Others find peace of mind in pretending. Couldn't you? Couldn't I? Couldn't we make believe our lips are blending in a phantom kiss or 2 or 3? Might it well make believe I love you?
Here's Mr. Astaire's office bill. I'm glad you told me he's looking for a new partner. Goodbye.
Well, now, wait a minute, Gracie. I didn't want to say this in front of Tootsie, but Fred'll never hire a girl with a puss like hers.
Well, Bill, Mr. Astaire is looking for a dancing partner, and Tootsie dances on her feet, not her face.
You know, one look and he ain't going to believe that.
Well, anyway, he's not going to see her until after he's hired her.
You mean he'll hire Tootsie just on your say-so?
Well, of course. You see, Fred is a very good friend of George's, and he'll be glad to do a favor for... Oh, my goodness. What if he finds out it's George who's trying to have him thrown out of the building?
Well, Tootsie'll have no career.
No, that's right. And Fred needs a partner like Tootsie. She'll be such an improvement over Ginger Rogers.
Grace, are you kidding? Why, Ginger Rogers has the most luscious, the most gorgeous figure you've ever seen.
That's just it. Now when Fred dances with Tootsie, people will watch him for a change.
I see.
Well, I'll make certain he doesn't find out that George has the office under him. Goodbye, Bill.
Goodbye, Gracie.
Good luck. Now, listen. If you don't like my dancing... Oh, Gracie. Excuse me. I thought you were old Gravelthroat from downstairs.
Old Gravelthroat?
Yeah. Some guy in the office below has been heckling me all day. Well, come on in, Gracie. How's George?
Old Gravelthroat? I mean George? Oh, he's fine.
Say, where does George have his office these days?
His, office?
Yeah, where does he hang out?
Oh, just above the waist a little.
No, I mean, where is his place of business? Where does he work?
Oh, work?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so much for George. Now, let's talk about you. I understand you're looking for a new dancing partner.
That's right, I am.
Well, your troubles are over.
Gracie, you mean... Oh, why, that's wonderful. You'll be great.
Oh, no, not me. My goodness, Fred, I haven't danced since I was a little girl.
Little girl? Gracie, you danced in the picture with me about 4 years ago.
Well?
Oh, yes, of course, you were just a little girl then.
Oh, Clara. Oh, no, Fred. The partner I have in mind for you is Tootsie Sagwell.
Sagwell?
Yes.
Is that her name or her condition?
No, Fred, that's her name, Tootsie Sagwell. Oh, she'll make a wonderful dancing partner, Fred.
Really? You know, I'm looking for someone different, someone fresh.
Well, Tootsie's the freshest girl I know.
I mean, I want a partner who'll give me fresh ideas for dances. I'm looking for new wrinkles.
That's Tootsie.
She's really different, huh?
Like nothing you've ever seen before.
Well, how about Tootsie's dancing? Could she handle a little step like this, for instance? Let me see.
Ain't misbehaving all by myself.
There goes old Gravel Throat again.
Ain't misbehaving.
Quiet. That does it.
This concludes.
I'm going down to his office and meet him face to face.
Oh, no, you won't like it.
What?
I mean, why argue with him? Why not come to my house and rehearse?
Well, it's a cinch I can't work here, and they won't let me dance in my apartment.
Well, you come right on home with me.
Well, okay, Gracie. Oh, wait. Before we go, just one little farewell for old Gravel Throat. You'll go crazy waiting for the rest of it.
Bed. You can rehearse in the room just above this one. It's George and my bedroom.
Oh, you sure you won't mind my dancing in your bedroom?
Oh, no, George and I never danced there. And besides, George wasn't home for hours.
Okay. The room right above this one, huh?
Yeah, that's right. First door to the left at the top of the stairs.
Thanks, Gracie.
Well, it looks like Tootsie will have her career.
Hello, dear.
Why, George, what are you doing home?
I couldn't work at the office with that dancing going on over my head. Driving me crazy.
It was?
Yeah. I can still hear it ringing in my ears. What was that?
What was what, dear?
That dancing. Didn't you hear it?
No, I didn't hear anything.
There it goes again. Don't tell me you didn't hear that.
Not a sound.
Oh, my gosh. Maybe it's affecting my hearing. Gracie, shout in my ear. Shout as loud as you can.
George! George!
Are you shouting, Gracie?
I'm screaming my lungs out.
Oh, I'm as crazy as a loon. I better go up to our bedroom and lie down.
Oh, no. Oh, wait till I get him out.
Huh?
You wait here. I'll fix the bed. Fred, you have to leave right away.
Why?
Well, my mother has a terrible headache.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go down and apologize to her.
Oh, no. You see, she doesn't like men. She hates men. She can't stand the sight of a man.
Well, what about George?
That's why she doesn't like men.
Say, I know where I can rehearse. There's a room above Stanley's Cigar Store.
Stanley's Cigar Store, that's a wonderful place for you to rehearse. You slip down the back way, and I'll see you later. George, do you still hear the dancing?
No. I still feel kind of shaky. Think I'll go out and get a little fresh air.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Think I'll walk down to Stanley's Cigar Store.
Cigar Store, George!
Oh, hello, Mr. Burns.
Hiya, Stanley.
Oh, say, you don't look very well. You're pale.
Yeah. Don't feel so good, Stanley. Let me have 3 Perfecto Royale cigars. Here's your nickel.
Mr. Burns, wouldn't you rather be pale than green?
Very funny. Let's have the cigars.
I'll have to get them from the back room.
Why do you keep my cigars in the back room?
Oh, Mr. Burns.
What a day. I still hear that pounding in my ears. Oh, no. No, not that. Stop me. Stop me.
What is it, Mr. Burns? What is it? What's the matter?
Oh, you wouldn't know. You can't hear it. Only I can hear it. It's in my head. I'm going nuts.
I told him to stop smoking those cigars.
time for Felix Mills' orchestra with Cherry Berry Baby. Well, George is in bed with cold towels on his head, and if Gracie can just keep him there, Tootsie may become Fred Astaire's new dancing partner.
How are you feeling, George?
Much better, dear. I guess I'll get up.
Oh, no, you must stay right here in bed.
But I think I can get up. I'm not hearing things anymore. There's someone at the door.
There is?
Didn't you hear the buzzer?
No.
Ed, didn't you hear that?
Poor George.
It's back again. I could have sworn I heard it.
Oh, there's the telephone.
Huh?
The telephone, didn't you hear it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, there it goes again.
Okay.
I better answer it.
Holy smoke. I guess I better stay in bed. Well, at least I don't hear that dancing anymore.
Well, just be quiet, dear. You will. Oh, hello, Fred.
Hello, Gracie.
Oh, quick, do a little step.
Okay.
Oh, Gracie!
Well, who was that?
Well, that was Mother.
Your mother sounds a lot like George.
Yeah, doesn't she, though? Mother even looks like George.
That must be tough on your father.
Yes. Well, Tootsie will be here any minute now. I'd better turn out the light.
Turn out the lights? But then I won't be able to see her.
That's the idea. Oh, I mean, the idea for a new dance.
A dance in the dark?
Yes.
Why, that... Say, wait a minute. Maybe you've got something. I can see a swell routine. Neon lights on our feet.
Oh, sure. And you can hide the batteries right in Tootsie's shoes.
Great. And then after... Hide the batteries in her shoes? What size shoe does she wear?
Oh, don't worry. Your feet will match perfectly.
Gracie, what size shoe does Tootsie wear?
Well, what size do you wear?
8.
8? 8 on each foot?
Naturally.
Oh, see now. 8 and 8 are 16. Yeah, your feet will match perfectly.
But Gracie...
Oh, I can just see you and Tootsie dancing together. Dancing cheek to chest.
Cheeks to chest. Is she that short?
No, you are.
You know, I don't want to seem suspicious, but Tootsie is beginning to sound just the teeniest little bit ghoulish.
Oh, you love her. Oh, there she is on the porch. Now grab her as she walks in. I'll switch off the light. There.
Okay. I got her. No, turn the lights on. It's another man.
No, it's me, Tootsie Sagwell.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Miss Sagwell. Shall we dance?
Oh, I'd love to, Freddie. Hold on.
Well, are you dancing, Fred? I don't hear any tap.
It's rather difficult to tap unless Miss Sagwell will allow my feet to touch the floor.
Oh, Tootsie. Don't hold him so high.
And not so tight, Tootsie.
Yes, Tootsie, you must be gentle with Mr. Astaire. He's George's type. You know, agile but fragile.
No use, Gracie. I've got to see Trixie to dance with her. Turn the lights on, please.
All right. Now, can you see her?
Turn them off.
But Mr. Astaire, aren't we going to trip the light fantastic?
I'm afraid not. Now that it's light, you're too fantastic.
What's going on out here?
Oh, it's George. Goodbye.
That is there. Hello, George. What are you doing in that nightshirt?
Oh, I've been in bed. Some jerk in my office building almost drove me crazy today.
That's funny. Some jerk in my office building almost drove me crazy today.
Really? What building are you in?
What are
you... You two jerks mustn't get together.
What?
I say you must get together. George will be a wonderful partner for you, Fred. You have rhythm in your feet, and George has rhythm. George does a sensational rumba.
Yes, and I could sing a little song, too. Get a load of this, Fred. Ain't misbehaving all by myself.
Where have I heard that before?
Ain't misbehaving. I'm happy on the shelf.
Gravel throat.
Huh?
Well, there goes another partner.
Gravel throat? Gee, Fred, and that was you in that office above me. Had I known, I wouldn't have complained.
Well, George, if I'd known it was you in the office below, I wouldn't have annoyed you with my dancing.
Oh, Fred, I love your dancing.
Well, thanks, George. And I love your... whatever it is you do.
Gee, Fred, you can dance over my head any time.
Oh, thanks. And then you can sing under my feet any time.
Gosh, Fred, you're top.
No, George, you're top.
Oh, boys, I hate to interrupt, but Valentine's Day was yesterday.